Alright, we are now live, brother. Okay, hari ni kita ada 3 panelis. Kalau ada point masuk sini keluar lagi. Okay, kita bang dulu.
Kalau ada point masuk sini.
Sorry ya.
Tak ada point pula.
Kita semua masih lagi profesional, belum lagi amatur. Bila dia kata dah amatur nanti pun kita hebat. Sekarang ni still profesional.
Boom.
Okay, kita ada 3 panelis. Kita ada Stalker, Sober dan juga Belon. Tiga-tiga ni memang super duper Star Wars fan. Memang super duper Star Wars fan. The link on YouTube, if you guys have it right now, please go and share on your social media so that people can see and whatnot, so that we have more viewers and whatnot. Kalau hampa nak buat, kalau hampa tak mau buat sudah, I just want to record so that lagi 10 tahun bila kita tengok balik, dia tengok muka-muka kita yang bodoh cakap pasal Star Wars ni. Alright.
Boom. tiga orang jadi muka.
Tiga orang. Okay. Biasalah Sober. Anyway, if you guys want to imagine Sober looks exactly like that whatever gambar yang dibubur dekat situ.
Yep.
Or you guys can take a look at the video that I have before.
Jack, relax.
Baju relax. Sober.
Kabut tu dia ni. Kabut gila baju, serius.
Okay, so today is we're gonna have Mr. Dyson. Now, if you guys wondering what Mr. Dyson is all about, Mr. Dyson is the name of our group.
Why we change the name?
Kena tukar lah.
Yeah, we're supposed to change it. Alright, so we're supposed to change it. But anyway, just for fun, I put there Mr. Dyson. Okay, we're gonna talk about Star Wars, The Rise of the Skywalker. It seems that Amma really love it. Okay, Sober, Amma is Sober.
Love it.
And Sober really loves it. Really loves it like nothing else. Right.
Oh, so we're starting the discussion on life.
Stalker is kind of like it, right? Stalker like, not love, but like.
Yeah, I liked it.
Right. Bellon, I would say you love it.
No, I just like it.
Okay, like it also. For me, I love it. Okay, for me, I kind of like love it very much. So
I don't like it at all. Okay.
Yeah, so there is like.
Bukan tadi kau cakap, I thought you said you changed your mind, bro.
Change my mind. Aku tak cakap it was good or bad. I want to talk about it here lah. So it's okay.
Okay. We let Sober who somewhat have a fickle-minded person change his mind. Now, we're gonna start off with something very simple, something that we feel everybody should have like maybe 3 minutes to talk about your overall feeling about it. Then later we're gonna go into really unpack the whole thing.
And all that lah.
So we're gonna really unpack later. But right now, 3 minutes to 5 minutes, just tell me, what do you think of it? What do you have in mind when people ask you what's the Rise of the Skywalker is all about? Okay, we start off with, kita bagi Sober last. Kita bagi Sober dulu.
Okay, like you said earlier, I like this movie. It's like another Star Wars movie for me. Not top 5 lah. Definitely not top 5, but it's still a Star Wars movie. I like it. Mm-hmm. It's an ending of a saga, so I expect it to be grander. You know, the space battle, the lightsaber battle. I mean, kena grand lah kan. A bit disappointing there, but overall, it's quite okay to me. I enjoyed the movie. And to me, sorry, Kylo Ren is the weakest Star Wars character for me.
Yeah. That's a good point.
All three movies of the final trilogy, it's like aku rasa dia tak pernah menang satu battle pun.
Yeah.
Kan?
Was he even in a battle?
Macam sparring ni kan.
Let's not go into the details. We're just gonna get just the gist of it. But keep your points up. Later we're gonna go and unpack it. Right. So, so you were saying that the space battle is lacking, the duel is lacking, and Kylo Ren is not the hero that you're looking for when it comes to the close of the saga, some sort, right? And that's a good point. Right. Anything else that you want to add, Belon?
Tak ada kot. Ini I stop here first.
Cool. Okay, let's move to Stalker. Stalker, come on.
Okay, Is this about the thing that I don't like or I like?
No, what's a
Overall.
summary of the overall
Overall,
Skywalker? You would like it. What is it that you like? What is it you don't like? Or what do you think of it as a
I
whole?
watched it twice already, and I watched my second time today.
No, just for the
Tadi
panel.
tengah hari tadi I watched.
Refresh lah tu.
Yeah, still fresh. But then after I watched the second time, then I liked it better lah actually.
Wow.
I liked it better because the first time tengok kan, because like we've discussed before dekat WhatsApp, like the movie is so so packed. So packed with so many scenes, and then the plot sometimes is here, sometimes is there, sometimes is here and then there again. Sekejap je. Like you know the Star Wars bila dia tukar scene is like macam like you know
Transition.
ada transition tu.
Transition
Like
like
so
drop.
like
Okay.
like
Transition
there are
dia
like
macam tu.
100 times more than
Transition
the previous
dekat
movies.
terus.
Sini lah.
Oh, it's the VG. Oh,
But you know lah the transition.
Yeah,
But
dia
then
macam
the transition
Star
this
Wars.
movie is like so many. Like if we can compare, I think like 50 more times than the previous movies. So like if you watch the first time and then you expect so much, you'll be disappointed lah actually. I went into the movie with very low expectation after episode 8. Yang sampah nak mampus tu for me.
We're gonna go into that later.
Sampah nak mampus. I went in like zero
We should-
expectation.
we should like since it's the final movie, right? We should like talk about the whole Star Wars punya like
Yeah.
trilogy, the whole thing
and
from prequels and all
You're
stuff.
right, so we're gonna go into it. We're gonna go into the whole arc of Star Wars saga with the whole nine so-called episode, or we can also have
Gotcha.
the arc of the last 3. We're gonna talk into all that after.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So, Stalker. So you were saying just now. Continue. Sobe.
Okay, like the first time I watched, it's too packed. The movie is too packed. Like if people tell you the movie macam like sometimes it's there, sometimes it's here, then it's true lah. I agree with what Sobe said before. Like the movie, there's so many things happen in the movie. Like sometimes you don't understand. And then another part is I don't understand the part where Palpatine hidup balik. Like
Hey, jap. Let's not talk about the details.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
talk about
taking
the
too much.
summary.
Let's have like a-
but that is in the trailer already, what?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But let's not go into details. But kau macam nak
Okay.
masuk detail tadi.
Alright. So yeah, that's my overall punya ni lah.
Okay, cool. Let's go straight to Sobe.
Baju lah, please. Abi dah I'm like the antagonist.
Baju panelist,
man. Panelists have to be neutral to a point, right? So
Okay. All right. Okay. So I think this movie is a hot mess. After watching it, I think I told Baju I watched it again last week, and then I watched every time a new Star Wars movie comes out, I would literally just watch the whole thing again. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. That's my tradition, my own tradition, that I watch it again to try and understand anything. And then this week I finished Clone Wars finally, and yeah, Clone Wars is basically the best thing, like the best Star Wars content ever. But I'm not here to talk about it. But like, yeah, it's a hot mess, and I think it's the worst movie in the trilogy. Not the worst movie compared to the prequels, but I mean from 7, 8, 9, 9 is the worst for me. After watching it the second time, I am convinced because I watched Last Jedi again, and yeah, I convinced myself. But watching it and analyzing again, yeah, 9 is the worst movie. Objectively, for me, it's a bad movie.
Well, all right, I give you that. So let's start off with the point that is the most contentious amount. If you go on the web, everybody just keeps saying that the main reason why this is a big hot mess or it's lousy is because it undo the whole thing that The Last Jedi set up.
Yeah,
Right.
it literally retcon everything, like
I disagree.
100% of it.
Right. I kind of like disagree on certain points. Yes, you do that. This retconning a little bit, but not like the whole thing. So and I think, do you have that issue, Sobe?
I mean,
No,
like, um, if you want to ask me, like, I really want to get into it. Like, because I have like almost 30-40 points that I want to talk about.
Yeah,
The Rise of Skywalker, because I really, and because like
because I want to get the big elephant out of the way first, which is you, right? I want to get the big thing out of I want to get the big thing out of it, because people are saying the reason why it is so bad because the Last Jedi was so good and the Rise of the Skywalker just throw everything out the window and then try to create something new that the fans gonna like, which
Yeah.
which the hardcore fans of Star Wars kind of like hated it when the Last Jedi came out. So I want to get that thing out of the way first, then we can go into everything else, because that seems to be the topic whenever people talk about Star Wars.
Yeah.
The Rise of the Skywalker and the Last Jedi, because on one hand, people are saying that the Last Jedi kind of like undo the whole thing that George Lucas did, which is not
Yes.
everybody have the Force, and then the Force is
Yeah,
not for everyone, right? And then they put in all those SJW stuff, so that's why they hated the Last Jedi. But
Yes.
on the other camp, say the Last Jedi was so great. So
Yep.
that's what I want to get into. And so where you have the floor, you're all 30 points. If it is somewhere within that point, go ahead.
No, okay. So the thing about the new Star Wars movies, it's like, because it's not the way the prequels were written. It's basically George Lucas making it 1, 2, 3. It's all him from that. So like when it's the new trilogy, the 7, 8, 9, it's basically just one director for each movie. So it's written differently. So the thing about Force Awakens, it's a very traditional Star Wars movie. When you watch it, like I'm not saying that you close your eyes, it's Star Wars, but like when you watch it, it has the spirit of Star Wars. Is it?
Yeah.
And like I think J.J. Abrams did a good job with Force Awakens, because it's not really it gives a lot of anchors for other directors to pull from. There's no like definite character. Like they leave a lot of character punya development for the next movie, which is supposed to be The Last Jedi. So like when it comes to The Last Jedi, I mean, it's not the best movie, of course. Like there's a lot of people, like especially stalkers, I don't know about everyone else, but they don't like the movie because it's not a Star Wars movie. But I like it. Do you want me to talk about The Last Jedi? Like
Talk, man. Just present your point. Say whatever that you want to say, and then so that we can get it. Because sometimes, if you want to get into The Last Jedi, let's get into The Last Jedi. I'm fine.
Okay. So I'll talk about it. So we see The Last Jedi. There's like pros and cons. So The Last Jedi, I mean, the cons are a lot. There's a lot of cons. I mean, because Rian Johnson basically made Last Jedi a self-contained movie. It doesn't act as like a sequel to Force Awakens. It acts like it's like like one-off Star Wars movie, because it ends like the way he explains the Force and how he ultimately makes Kylo Ren the ultimate villain because of Snoke dying. He is supposed to be the big bad of the whole trilogy, 7, 8, 9. He is played up that way because of like after killing Han Solo. Like it shows that okay, he is set like he is set up to be like the new villain, the new Palpatine, I guess. So but yeah, there's a lot of problems with like.
Well, let's go on that point. Are you telling me that just because he's not the biggest, baddest villain, and that's why you hated the movie?
No, definitely not.
No?
I mean, okay, this is how I perceive a good movie, though, in general. So
Okay.
there's good pacing, good storytelling, good character arcs, character development. And I think this movie has all of those things. It has all the good points to be a good movie. It has like the characters have really good development. I mean, they really tied up Finn, but Rose was for me was a bit of a mistake. I'm not being.
Let's not go all the other, but I'm just going to go back to, because when you say that The Last Jedi was a good setup, where it
Yeah.
set up this villain where this guy kills Snoke, and
Mhm.
then he's set up to be like the biggest, meanest, badass for
Yeah,
Star
the
Wars
Supreme
movie.
Leader. Yes.
Right. And then you found out that he's not. So, and that somehow makes you feel like this movie sucks.
Yes. Okay, since you want to go there,
I don't know, man. That's, to me, it's like, oh, I don't like that movie because, in the end, it's like, when there is this saying that, oh, if you don't like that movie, in India, you would have gone and burned down the cinema already. Because why? Because apparently the hero is like that, or the heroine is like that, and whatnot. Oh, come on, so the director do his movie, they did this movie that way lah. So you don't like the plot.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't like how they treat like this beloved franchise, this like the Star Wars, like something like macam suka hati je lah. Like macam fuck it, I'm gonna put Palpatine. The thing about The Rise of Skywalker, the fact that Palpatine's back, it really diminishes the redemption story of Anakin. You
Okay,
understand?
now you're making good sense. Now
Yes.
I'm there for you, because if you tell me you don't like it just because Kylo Ren is not the big bad,
No.
Listen.
Kylo Ren is I think we are lucky to have Adam Driver as Kylo
Yeah,
Ren.
okay,
I
I
feel like
did that is fine. I'm with
he
you
is
on
a
that.
good actor.
But if
Do
you
not,
tell me
yeah.
about, let's talk about Kylo Ren, because if Kylo Ren is not the big bad villain of the movie and you
Mhm.
dislike it, then that's why I disagree with you. But if you tell me that the fact that introducing Palpatine somehow diminish the whole Anakin
Yeah,
bloodline,
yeah.
then probably you made a
Yes.
good point there.
Because the whole point of fucking throwing Palpatine inside the reactor, and then like he was split in half, he was thrown, dia mati. It was like a redemption, and at that time Luke was the only one that knew Darth Vader went into the light side. He was the only one that knew. No one else knew. That's why
Yeah.
Kylo has this all macam his like grandfather and all stuff. So it connects somehow. But bringing Palpatine back just diminishes everything. Luke's
What
sacrifice,
what do you
Anakin's
think, Stoker?
sacrifice.
What do you agree with what Sobe said, Stoker, that introducing Palpatine is a bogus, whatever the reason that maybe they want to put Palpatine in because they want to somehow connect it to Rey, right? So what do you think of it? Do you agree with what Stoker is saying? Sobe is saying?
Yeah, somehow I agree, because I think the Palpatine thing is really, you can see it's a last minute thing
Hmm.
in J.J. Abrams' point of view, because which other villain that is as big as Snoke? I mean, that can challenge Snoke, because we in episode 7 we keep reading theories about Snoke being, well, like as good, as powerful as Palpatine, maybe. Like, people keep theorizing like that, or even as good as Darth Vader before. But then in episode 8, after Ryan Johnson killed Snoke off, all those theories in episode 7 just went into the garbage like that.
Hmm.
So somehow JJ Abrams, like, to me, when I watched the movie the first time, when there's
Mhm.
Palpatine, the first scene inside my mind, I was like, ni confirm last minute, because they need that big badass villain. They can't do that with Kylo Ren somehow. Sebab in episode 8 and 7, he didn't look like he was gonna be apa dia panggil, like very ganas like ganas
See,
punya villain.
yeah, okay. Baju, sorry. Are you gonna say something, or can I?
No, I'm not going to say anything because I'm just putting on some notes. But if you have something to say, please do.
Okay, see, the thing is, the way J.J. Abrams set up, like I said, Force Awakens, he set it up so that you can do anything with the story. The other directors to do anything with the story. He made it very open for everyone to just make their own story from it. So, like, what Ryan Johnson did was he had an original idea. Understand? He had an original idea. He knew what he was doing. he wasn't trying to piss off Star Wars fans, but he was trying to not macam out with the old, in with the new, but he was trying to introduce new things to the Star Wars
Okay.
Yeah, like you
mythology.
said, like it's a self-contained. It's like a self-contained movie.
And,
Yes,
and
it's
that's
just
where I feel that. And
Because
that's
Ryan Johnson was living in his own world masa dia buat the Last Jedi.
And I
Like
agree
that, what?
with Soccer, and so where I'm just gonna chip in a little bit because,
Yeah.
and I agree, and that's where I think that the problem is not with whether we talk about
J.J. Abrams.
it's J.J. Abrams.
Yelah, it's Disney lah. Obviously, it's the producer.
The problem is right now, and I feel like with this much money that they're spending, don't tell me that they don't even talk with each other. All these three,
Yeah.
the two directors. I mean, it is totally unlikely that they don't talk with each other. I mean, when you make a movie, you would have your so-called, these are your tenets or your milestones that you want to achieve with the movie, right? This is like the arc that you want to have. So, and then within that arc, you create the scenes and then, but in each movie, these are the arc that you want to achieve. And this whole 3 movies, you're telling me that they don't have an arc from the beginning?
yes.
It's totally bogus if they don't have an arc from the beginning.
Yes.
I don't believe for a single second that they don't
Yeah,
have.
somehow it's like that.
Yeah. It's
Because it's pretty stupid if you connect 7, 8, and 9. It's pretty stupid because 7 is different, 8 is kind of different, and then
Okay.
9
Bellon,
is
what
like
do you
connect to
think?
7 and not connect to 8.
That there is no arc at all, Bellon. That okay, Abrams, you do whatever you want to do. Episode 7, this Ryan Johnson, you do whatever you want to do, and the third director, you do whatever you want to do. You don't talk with each other. There's no arc. And take this $1 billion and do the movie. You're telling me that's what
Completely
you do?
not true lah. There's an arc there, but it's not completely a straight line for me. You know, it's somewhat crooked in the middle. Okay,
So-
what Ryan Johnson is trying to do, I mean, I can accept that, but what I can't accept the Last Jedi is like he totally leave out the Star Wars formula. Like I said, he likes to do like his creative thing and all that, but like I said in the WhatsApp group, you know, whatever you want to do, the creative thing that you want, do it in the middle of story. I mean, don't leave out the Star Wars
Yes.
formula that everybody loves and everybody loves. You know, the starting scenes, where it's like after after the summary scroll up, there's that you always be a spaceship flying across the stars or some kind of planet. Okay, and then at the end, the battle there will be a space battle and a lightsaber fight. Three simple things. Just leave that out. I mean, the lightsaber. I mean, I'm sorry to get into. I mean, too deep into Last Jedi, but you know, and tak
I
puas hati
mean,
awak.
I'm okay with that because we have to do it because it is linked so much between the Last Jedi, and that's the contentious point that everybody is saying. But
Yes, I mean, okay. I was expecting. I mean, Luke Skywalker versus Kylo Ren. Who doesn't want to see that?
Yes.
I mean, the master against the people.
It's like Obi-Wan versus
that is-
Anakin.
yes,
Yeah, and then it's like
except Luke's not really there.
Yeah, that's
except
why.
Luke's
That's
not
why
already there. Battle tak ada.
the whole world disagrees with the fight scene.
I don't actually. Sorry. I'm not trying to be okay. I'm not trying to be because aku tengok balik. You know, I'm watching it again. I'm trying to understand because Clone Wars really made me understand about the whole Jedi punya the let's say this religion, Jedi and Sith.
Yeah, it
and
is a
they
religion
yes.
actually.
Yes, they really go deep dive into the lore of like Jedis and all stuff. And watching The Last Jedi, at first I thought Ryan Johnson didn't understand at all how a Jedi works and how the Force works and all stuff. But yeah, like watching the movie, a Jedi's job is basically he's a knight, he's a warrior. He will choose the path of peace instead of violence. He fights for peace. Understand? So for him to be there and without him touching Kylo at all, but macam showing that you don't need to be aggressive, you don't need to be evil, you don't need to push this hard to win. And he shows that Kylo macam like he basically slapped Kylo's butt lah during the fight. You know, he didn't even touch Kylo.
Just
Bella,
because
you want to
he
say
did
something? Bella, say.
What?
Huh?
Bella wanted to say something. Come on, Bella, say.
Yeah.
George Lucas did it for 6 movies and everybody loved it. So
Ah,
what was
exactly.
that?
I mean,
Exactly the point
you
that I'm
see,
trying to say.
you
Right.
see, okay, no, because okay, this
The
is
thing
gonna be a
about
big
episode
thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is that nobody, even the movie, some of the movies were shit. Nobody hated the characters except Jar Jar Binks. Suddenly
Hey,
in
wait,
episode
don't
7, 8, suddenly in this
is my favorite.
baju Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, boom. Okay, like,
I see me in Jaja Binks. What can I say?
And then suddenly
hey,
in this sequel, everybody hates Kylo Ren. Not everybody lah, but it's divided. Almost everybody hates Luke Skywalker after what he did in episode 8. He almost killed
Mm.
his nephew,
mhm.
and everybody hates Rey. Almost everybody hates Poe and Finn.
So no one likes anyone. Okay, good. The thing is, like, no, like, you really after seeing all the movies 7, 8, 9, you really don't care about the characters. I don't feel any fucking thing about the characters. It's like how I felt
yeah,
about.
that's why lah.
It's like
Yes.
how I felt about Qui-Gon
Yes.
Jinn and Obi-Wan during the first movie. I didn't like if you watch the whole movie again, 1, 2, like watch it again, like in your mindset right now, the
Mhm.
dialogue is really, really bad. It's so boring.
Yeah, like I said lah, the movie
And-
were shit. The dialogues
and-
include the movie
and-
lah, including the movie.
Like the only thing that is alive, I'm telling you right now, alive in that movie is Jar Jar Binks. Is the
Oh.
only thing that makes you
Like
macam
bodoh.
wake up from the coma from
Yeah,
watching
because
this.
episode 1, but the reason George Lucas didn't do episode 1, 2, 3 first, it's like first is the technology. I mean, the 70s,
Mm.
you know, they don't have that technology to make all those droids, you know, hundreds, thousands of droids in like one scene.
And also the city, the Aldron city. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and number 2 is episode 1, 2, 3 is really damn boring. It's like episode 1 is like all about politics. Episode 2 is like the love story of Amidala and Anakin.
and Padme.
Yeah.
And the third one is the most interesting for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
Anakin
one is
turns-
definitely the best one out of 3.
Yes.
Oh, 3. I think 3 is in my top 3 best Star Wars movies.
You need to
After-
relax.
Oh,
You need to
my
relax, Tucker.
God.
So that's why they made Jar Jar Binks,
Yeah,
because,
just
you know,
because
I mean,
of the fight scene.
first episode is about politics. And they have to make a something or someone to lighten up the movie.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
Jar Jar Binks' purpose.
That's why they put this racist alien Jamaican guy on screen. I get it. just the fact that it's the dialogue is boring. Everyone talks the same way, and no one is ever worried. You know,
Hey,
like
tapi
when,
Obi-Wan was the one who saved the trilogy, bro. Like
Nah,
siapa? Who's the actor's name? Ewan McGregor.
Ewan
bro.
McGregor, yeah. I
Renton,
mean,
Renton.
did he save? I don't know, but macam like there was a lot of plot points that if I talk about it, it's gonna be a fucking long podcast because we're here to talk about the Rise of Skywalker. So let's start with that first. Let's start with Rise of Skywalker. Let's get into details first. and then we'll
Baju,
talk
you haven't
about-
given your name lagi?
Yeah.
Well,
Verdict.
I mean, I'm here to just unpack the whole thing.
Oh,
But like I
okay.
said, for me, the summary, I'm more or less with Bellon. I mean, you have the things that make a Star Wars great, right? So you have some on the ground battles, you have the space battles, although it is not as grand as what I would have expected, but it is still. But I guess what they are going for is you have a small rebel fleet that's going against this big mammoth, starship. Okay, fine. So that's what they're going for. I'm with you because why? Because right now it's not big, but there is still this one bit at the end where just like the Avengers, where all the superheroes comes in, and then you have all the other people start coming in, and that's big enough for me. And that for me, when I have that scene for me, it's like, oh man, my eyes started glowing and whatnot. Right? So that's
The ship's coming, eh?
yeah, the ship coming in, right? So that's like a big ass moment for me for that battle. So I just want to remind Bellon, yeah, we have that scene. Remember, it's a big battle scenes and whatnot, right? So it's not that we don't have, but it's just that, just like the end game, exactly the same feeling that I get when I watch that end game thingy. It's not so original, but still, and that's what makes a good Star Wars movie. And then you have the duel is there, but it is not really there, kind of thing, right? So
Apa
yeah,
the dual lightsaber tu?
yeah,
Yep.
Oh shit.
the duel is there, but it's not really there.
Obi-Wan
Right.
and Anakin bantai dorang I think less than 5 seconds je.
Yeah,
Both
that's
of
why
them.
for me the duel is there, but it is
Sampah
not
gila.
really there. Right. So
The dual lightsaber sampah lah. I can agree on that.
so it's there, but it is not really there. It is not so fleshed out, but all the things that makes a good Star Wars movie for me, it is there. It is very fan servicey, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
and I guess that's what's missing in The Last Jedi that make people hate it so much, right? But all in all, that's why I said I like it. And there's a few moments in that movie where I really feel, oh my God, my eyes are watery and whatnot, right? So I don't want to get into it too much, but we're gonna get into it later. But that's the summary of the whole thing. But let's go back to what Sobe wanted to say just now. What Sobe wanted to unpack the point that we want to have. Sobe.
Which one? The Rise of Skywalker or like
because you said you want to go back to the Rise of the Skywalker just now.
like I can break down the whole thing for you, and it's
Now,
like a lot of fun.
Let's start off with the biggest thing that really you hated the most.
Okay. The biggest thing is of course Palpatine. That is my one gripe of the movie.
You hate Palpatine
because of the issue that I told us now, like diminishes the whole Skywalker punya legacy of killing Palpatine and Anakin redeeming himself, going back into the light side. Then suddenly he's alive, with a fucking crane behind him. Someone can, I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't make sense.
Ben, you were not around just now when Sobe was getting into it. I have a few points that I want to say, but maybe you have something to say about that.
Yeah.
About the Palpatine thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
Stalker said it's like they're going back to JJ trying to please the fan.
Yeah.
Every Star Wars movie must have a Sith.
Yeah. I
So
mean, isn't Kylo a Sith?
no, it's like Kylo Ren. It's like Kylo is like a how
Tak tahu nak jadi apa. He's like in the middle.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's
she's the definition of a Sith. Faham tak?
It's like
Isn't he the definition of a Sith? He's angry, he's emotional.
It's more like a sub Sith. If you want to,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like more like a night type Sith. It's not like fully Sith yet. Like Vader or Palpatine or Darth Maul.
Like he was in the Knights of Ren, right? Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
So
like Stalker said lah, it's like they need this one badass Sith. So they had JJ had to bring up Palpatine. There's no one else.
So there's no one else anymore. Like they kept bring in Darth Raven, they kept bringing Darth Bane, Darth Sidious.
The point that they bring in a Sith, is it a big letdown to you guys?
Yes, for me, yes.
What about
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because Bellu. Apa?
Okay lah. Either one of you. What about you guys? Do you think that it's a big letdown? Do you want to have Kylo Ren as the big bad guy, or do you think that there should be someone else?
To me, yes and no. Yes, because Last Jedi ruined it. Because I've been expecting since episode 7 that Snoke was somebody that they were going to introduce in the canon and continue until episode 9, macam Palpatine in episode 4, 5, 6. But then episode 8 ruined it, and then JJ Abrams or whoever in the creative yang ada creative control in Rise of Skywalker ni, they don't know who to bring in anymore except Palpatine je yang paling logic.
Is it paling logic?
But still it's predictable lah. It's predictable.
I get your point. And Belon, do you think somewhat the same?
Yeah, I agree with Stalker. I'm same with him. Yes and no, but I don't agree that Last Jedi ruined it. I mean, The Last Jedi, to me, I was hoping when Rise of Skywalker, it's like maybe Kylo will be the badass Sith. Because at the first, when the first start, like first 10-15 minutes of the movie, he was looking for the Sith artifact, right? So I was like,
that Sith artifact, to me, it should have been in episode 8. I mean, somehow like if they were gonna make 2 parts for the movie.
Cannot, because no one planned Palpatine to be in. No one.
That's why. That's why,
No, Okay, so
So the
Belon,
first time I build up my expectation to Kylo Ren being this
They have to
badass
build
Sith.
Kylo Ren. If they want Kylo Ren to be the supreme leader, like the big badass villain, they have to. That first scene from Rise of Skywalker, diorang kena sumbat somewhere in episode 7 and 8 and pandai-pandai buat cerita. And so that from there, we can look at him as a big badass villain for the Sith. Ni episode 7 dia macam like we still gonna baru nak kenal dia kan. And then episode 8 tiba-tiba it was like very emotional, starting being emotional with Rey after they connect the Force tu. And
so
then
Belon,
at
do
the
you
end,
think that? Oh, sorry, Stoker, you were saying?
and then at the end lagi emo because ada Luke.
Emo.
So from that point, we all know that he's an emo villain. Tu je kita tahu. We don't consider him as a big as bad. Itulah yang aku fikir pasal habis.
Episode
Lepas
7
kita
kita
macam
tahu
bapak
dia
emo
emo.
sial dia ni.
Emo
Like-
gila dia ni.
Like
then-
so
and then-
emo.
Belon,
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
you think that? So you think Belon that it should be him or it should be someone of a a bigger, better Sith? Maybe not Palpatine, but somebody else.
It should be him actually.
You
In
feel
my
like-
opinion, it should be him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody else.
Yeah, it should be him.
Yeah.
Now,
And
Like I said, it's predictable. It's already predictable
no, it should be him.
after
Because
Snoke died.
that's why I don't watch trailers. That's why I don't watch trailers. That's why I don't watch trailers. But then again, in the beginning prologue, when you have all those, screen and station, or suddenly they hear a big message that the voice of Palpatine, blah 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 blah. Right? So they've already given it up from the beginning. But for me, I still feel that there can be, because when you see Snoke, got got killed by this Kylo, right? I feel that Snoke, there must be somebody else, because we all know back in the Last Jedi, Snoke is also taking orders from someone else. There's some hints of it, right? Something like a higher power than Snoke, because it cannot be just Snoke from the beginning. So that's why I feel like this Kylo Ren is being trained, right? And the fact that he killed Snoke, meaning that somebody else is really training him, right? And that's why I really feel that there's somebody else other than Kylo, right? And the fact that Palpatine comes up is a bit of a letdown. I would prefer somebody else, some new guy that's being created. Just that this guy is basically taking and so-called the Skywalker's blood in it to train it into some big Sith and whatnot. But when Palpatine comes out, it's a bit of a letdown for me. But I agree that, for me, my point of view is it has to be some bigger Sith behind the scene. It cannot be just Kylo.
That's why.
Yeah, because
Because
somebody
we've been
must have been planning it. Somebody must have been planning. Cannot be suddenly Kylo run away and then becomes like the Sith Lord or something.
because Star Wars have been feeding us that kind of plot since episode 4.
Exactly.
Episode 4 we know Darth Vader
Ah.
first, and then they cakap pasal Emperor, and then we're like, oh, who's the Emperor? And then episode 5 lah. Episode 5 they introduce the Emperor
Yeah.
through the hologram or some shit like that.
Yeah, because
episode-
a Sith
episode
doesn't
6.
create by himself, right? A Sith doesn't
then-
create by himself.
Then episode 6 baru we could see the true face of Emperor Palpatine, and then everybody was like, gila. And then episode 1, Darth Maul, we were treated by
Damn,
Darth Maul.
badass,
And then
man.
episode 2 Darth Maul badass lah. And then episode 2 siapa? Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku. And then
The
episode
worst-
3
the worst Star Wars villain.
back to Palpatine.
Vader. Yeah, Vader and
Back to
Palpatine.
Palpatine and Anakin Vader.
And that's why I feel like it's fine to introduce somebody else, but it doesn't destroy the whole.
True. But they have to continue lah, like you said. They don't have like straight line between directors tu.
And I'm fine if Kylo Ren is not like the biggest, baddest, whatever, but there must be somebody of a higher level. But then again, when they choose Palpatine, I say, oh, okay, fine, Palpatine, all right. I'll just.
I mean, they could make Kylo Ren as the big badass villain, but then they've been giving us Kylo Ren as an emo villain. So macam semua tak ada like emotional attachment to him as a villain, macam on par as Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Tahu tak?
For me, on that, we're gonna go into the lovey-dovey part probably later. But I don't know. So, but again, there must be some overlord Sith thingy rather than Kylo Ren doing it by itself, right? Don't you think that that's Star Wars?
I mean, yes, if you look at Star Wars as a whole, yes, you need a big bad that is big bad lah. So I mean, you need,
The main Sith who's training Kylo Ren to be whoever
Yeah.
that he's supposed to be, right? And
but yeah,
it cannot be Kylo alone.
I mean, okay, Jap. The thing is, okay, they set up the movie Last Jedi. It shows that Kylo doesn't know about any other higher power other than Snoke. Okay, he went to the dark side himself. He was
No,
he
he's
was,
being trained.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
no, he
Snoke
was seduced
trained him.
by Snoke.
Snoke train him.
Not
Yeah, yeah,
train him, right?
Yes, I know. But he was very emotional like his grandfather, like how Darth Vader is. Darth Vader is very emotional. Anakin was very emotional, and that's how he turned into the dark side because you
Tapi,
let your
but we
emotions.
didn't.
Yep.
They didn't introduce Darth Vader as an.
Yeah.
Episode 6,
Okay.
he's a bit emotional when Luke talks about like the good side of him.
Yeah, no, because you can see that Kylo has that because the whole trilogy of like the whole 789 is all about identity, Rey's identity. It's about Kylo's identity. It's an identity crisis.
That's the problem.
Fest. So like the thing about Kylo is that he doesn't know what, like, he wants to be Darth Vader so bad. That's why he has to wear a mask. He doesn't need to wear a mask. Darth Vader has to wear a mask. He didn't need to wear a mask. He's the only Sith that wears a mask without having to. So he's having that identity crisis and he doesn't know what he wants, but all he knows that his idol is his grandfather, the only one that understands him. And Snoke is part of that because he's part of the Sith and all stuff. So when he killed Snoke, and him having that same mindset where I'm gonna rule the fucking galaxy, I'm the fucking biggest and baddest, I want to be the best. It's basically Palpatine. It's basically that higher power. He wants to be that higher power, and I was hoping that he would reach that point where after he fought Luke, he trained harder, he thought harder, he really macam let himself into the dark side and became the big Sith that we were hoping for. We don't need Palpatine. We don't need any other Sith. It could have just been Kylo as this big bad that really macam evaluates and thinks before he does stuff and all stuff, because a Sith is very clever. A Sith is very aggressive and all stuff. So like I feel like Kylo could have had that.
A Sith always hides behind, plain sight. And that's where there must be somebody behind Kylo. It cannot be just Kylo.
I mean, a Sith has to have an apprentice. That's it. But
it can be about Kylo, but then they need to stretch out a bit more the story. If not, if they make Kylo as
his apprentice, he didn't call Kylo his apprentice.
Kan eh? I mean,
no.
I mean,
He
they
trained
can.
him,
They could have made Kylo as ni.
But I think
Kylo
it's
as apa? Big badass villain kan? The main villain. But then, I don't think there's an emotional attachment towards him as a big villain. Like, let's say they make him as the big villain, main villain dekat Rise of Skywalker. I don't think at the end of the movie people will be like, they orang suka Kylo Ren. They'll be like just meh. That's all.
Because there must be a big twist at the end, right? There must be like this big twist towards the end.
Because that's how I felt about Kylo in episode 7 and 8. I had so much faith in this new trilogy that they're gonna make Kylo the new main villain like Vader dulu. But then
me too.
I was disappointed
I was on the other end because I feel like Kylo cannot be the final villain because he is like gonna be there must be a hero and heroine. At first I thought Finn is gonna be, because Finn is black, so they're gonna have black person go together with Rey, black and white and blah blah blah.
Kylo's black.
I know the Finn. I thought originally it's gonna be there must be some love story out of it, because remember Star Wars is a soap opera through and through, right? Yeah. So there must be some love scenes going on with the main character. So that would be Rey. Rey with who? With Finn, or Rey with this Kylo guy? Now, so I was thinking at first maybe Finn, but then cannot be Finn because Finn they make it lovey-dovey with this Rose lady a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, then it must be this Rey with Kylo. So Rey and Kylo will be together, and there will be some higher power Sith at the end. So that's the twist. That's the twist. So kalau kata Kylo, then there's not much of a twist, man.
I mean, is it a twist? I feel like Kylo being the bad guy is a twist for me. I feel like they made it basically, they made Kylo's arc Darth Vader's arc, where
sort of.
he realized that he's dumb, he's stupid, all this dark side is dumb and all that stuff. Then he basically gave himself to the Force and became the light side. And the only indication to show that he was Ben Kenobi was him wearing a long sleeve shirt, which is, you know, whatever. So like, but yeah, I like that about Kylo, that he had a bit of that Han Solo type of characteristics, the way he smirks when he holds the lightsaber, you know, where like when he shrugs, and then the Knights of Ren, which is basically a fucking boy band with that has nothing to do with the fucking movie. They just
I know it's
put them
stupid,
there.
but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like I mean, for me, Rise of Skywalker is a very tragic ending to the Star Wars franchise, and it's like it's very J.J. Abrams is so scared of doing something new and something fresh.
Okay,
and
we're gonna go
yeah.
into the film
Yeah.
later, but I guess here we can agree that, except for Sobe, that you know there must be a higher Sith Lord
Yep.
at the end of the day. But whether Palpatine is a bit of a disappointment, right? That it
Yeah.
has to be Palpatine. We was hoping somebody, probably another new character,
Yeah, new character. Yeah.
right? Rather than Palpatine comes back, and then
I was
and then-
hoping for them to introduce new characters though.
yeah, and
But then
I'm
it was just
I do,
Palpatine.
right, the
But
fact that-
it's fine with me.
you know, they can have that says that Palpatine is the grandson. I mean, this Rey comes from Palpatine is fine, but maybe that
How-
new character will be the one that says that. It's also fine, right? So yeah, you have your Palpatine blood in you, blah 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 blah. Kan?
Having Palpatine as the villain in this movie is just too predictable actually.
Is it? It's definitely not predictable at
It is
all.
predictable though.
No,
So
macam
that-
like because we didn't have any indication that Palpatine was good. He's
Like,
like
I mean,
somewhere
after you
in a
watch the
fucking
trailer,
basement.
except baju tak tengok trailer, then
Okay.
obviously in your mind you'll be like, oh, Palpatine though, what's gonna happen? Is there Palpatine in the movie? Last memang ada. So
I
you
mean,
already predict that he's in the movie. What?
I was hoping that when the thing that scroll out, they say that they're gonna find out is it Palpatine still you know around or not. I was hoping that it's not Palpatine, it's someone that's using Palpatine's voice, right? But shit, it's Palpatine. But anyway, but okay, I think we have beaten that horse to death right now. When it comes to Palpatine.
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet. Okay. What
the
else?
The fact that Rey is
Huh?
connected to Palpatine is the dumbest shit ever for me.
I know. For me,
Yeah.
what would be the alternative? What would be the alternative?
For me, one of the things that I like about the Last Jedi is that is the kid that can he forced the broom to his hand to show that basically anyone can have the Force. Like it doesn't have to be a Skywalker, it doesn't have to be a
I'm gonna
Palpatine.
tell you that's bullshit because in Star Wars, anybody can have so-called. You know how they recruit people to be a Jedi? They go and find people with high, midichlorian count, right? So
Yeah.
not everybody, but there will be people with high midichlorian count. So yeah, that kid with the broom in the Last Jedi have high midichlorian. So what? Not everybody have midichlorian, but there will be people with high midichlorian counts in the blood,
You
right?
see-
So it
Okay,
doesn't mean that everybody has it.
Yeah. But the thing is
So
that
don't bullshit to say that everybody should have powers.
yeah, no, it's definitely not everyone. It's
Ah,
basically like macam chosen ones or like not chosen ones is born with
Doesn't mean
more midichlorian than anyone. So whatever. But it shows that this movie is so dumb that it shows that you need to be like, even though you have Force powers, you need to be the Palpatine. You need to be a Skywalker. You need to be this to to have this kind of power. You cannot be just a fucking other Jedi or other Force user to be power. It really it's really not progressive. It's really dumb because it's something new, it's something original, and you're still like, like it's for me it's dumb. It's dumb that you have to make Palpatine like Rey was already like it was already cool that fucking Rey's parents were just like like selling her off, and she goes through all this like difficulties with her life and all stuff, and she comes out a hero with no lineage to anyone, not Obi-Wan, not Skywalker, not Palpatine, but just her as someone that is new to start off a new trilogy. But she sadly needs to be blood of a Palpatine, which we don't even know any fucking canon of Palpatine like fucking another girl or like having like procreate a son, whatever. I feel like if he had a son, it would be somewhere in canon, but somehow J.J. Abrams just put him there for the story, which is stupid. This movie is stupid.
I thought if Palpatine had a son, he would be evil as well.
Yeah.
Oh, tak apa.
Yeah, I agree with Soba in the sense that it shouldn't be Palpatine's.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Right?
I think
Should be anyone.
But the point that I'm trying to make is everybody keeps saying that Rian Johnson, make the Jedi for everyone, can be a Jedi, everyone has a Force in it. That's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And I don't agree
That's
with that. It is not that everyone have. Some have, some don't. That's all.
Yeah.
yeah,
like-
some do.
Because like the kid, it wasn't the whole group of kids. It was just that one kid that has the Force.
And people on the internet keep saying, Rian Johnson democratized the Jedi, and I like it. And then the people who don't like the Last Jedi was so hung up on, how come everybody have power? It cannot be come on, man. Even in Star Wars game or even Star Wars movie, they recruit small kids, train them to be Jedi. And they could take all this. These are all not Anakin's grandson. Right. They come from don't know where all over the world, right? And
there's a lot of Jedis.
Right. There's a lot of Jedi, not just human being, but any alien race out there can become a Jedi.
Yeah.
Even Blood Yoda has nothing to do with so-called Anakin.
Yeah.
Right. And it is not the point of that. And I agree, it shouldn't be the son of Palpatine, the grandkids of Palpatine. Should just be, you can do it, anyone. It could be they just pick one guy who was a Jedi somewhere. It could be Qui-Gon for Qui-Gon, so-called long lost, second cousin, grandkids.
Lama lah. Episode 1 is like 70 years
Or
50 years.
Or it could
Qui-Gon
just
long lost second cousin, grandkids or something. I'm fine.
no. Okay, the thing is, or it could be just Rey. Because like when you watch Clone Wars and all stuff, these kids are taken from their parents to train at the Jedi Temple.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Fine
The
as well. Doesn't have to be nobody. It also doesn't have to be. It can be somebody, but it's nothing to do with Palpatine.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
That's exactly how I feel about it. Like, it doesn't have to be anyone. It's just Rey. Rey being great. Rey being, because she's supposed to be the best of all of us, the best of the Jedis. So it was really, 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 really disappointing when Palpatine was her grandfather. It's so dumb.
Now, what do you think, Bella? For me, if it is just Rey, or should it be Rey with a little bit of lineage?
Just be Rey.
My opinion, it should just be Rey, but I come to accept that this is about lineage, because the whole Star Wars story saga
it is a Skywalker saga anyway.
It's about one person. The story is about one person and his anak beranak. It's
But
about
you have
Anakin
Kylo.
Skywalker.
But you have Kylo. Kylo's a Skywalker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
Kylo's Skywalker.
But then the movie have been building on Rey since the beginning, so takkan ada tiba-tiba dia nak buat Kylo as whatever that Rey is gonna be.
But it will be interesting, descendant of Skywalker,
Exactly.
macam pergi to the dark side kan, macam really stay there kan, tak balik light side pun kan, macam Vader dengan buat Kylo tu lah kan, back to the light
Kylo?
side.
Like I said,
Huh?
isn't that isn't that Kylo? I was
Yeah.
hoping that Kylo stayed at the dark side as a
Yeah,
Skywalker.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what I was saying. I was
yeah,
hoping that. Tapi macam,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Well, I feel that there should be a lineage as well. It shouldn't be just Rey, right? It should be a lineage
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, this is a Star Wars saga about the whole family. So I still feel that. And like I said, this Rey, how can she be so good with so
So
little?
good, so powerful, without
With
any training at all.
with so little training is because of the lineage, right? And whether the lineage should be Palpatine, maybe it should be somebody else. So that's what I think. Right? Okay. All right. So Ben, do you want to still talk about Palpatine?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
All good.
So let's take let's have something good about Star Wars first, and then we go back to another bad thing. So
Oh,
what
it's
do you
gonna be
think is the good or the great thing about this Star Wars part?
the CGI.
This oh my god.
Okay. The only thing that is good is I guess I feel like
So hard to
I,
find
I
something good. Oh my god.
it's so hard to find something good in this movie. I'm sorry, but Ray, I really felt something for Ray during the movie. Like I finally felt something because 7, 8 I didn't feel shit about Ray, but this time like you can see her struggling. I like the fact that Ray is communicating with Finn and Poe and Chewbacca. They're all together and all that.
Finally,
You know, like they're all together. They shouldn't have like you
they
know
should have been
like
together since episode 7.
a- anytime there's a Star Wars movie, all the main characters shouldn't be split up. Like Obi-Wan and Anakin, they
Right.
go like they should have
Together.
because you need that chemistry to get that story going. But
Mm.
yeah, so that is literally just one of the things that I like about the movie. Everything else is a hot mess. I'm sorry. Continue.
That's the only thing that you can find so good about the movie.
Yeah. Sorry.
What about let's get something from Stoker. Stoker,
The good thing about the movie,
good thing about the movie.
to me, is because it's basically a Star Wars movie. Finally, in this episode 7, 8, 9. I mean, 7 is already a Star Wars movie, but then because it's just the beginning, we still want to know what's gonna happen. But then episode 8 ruined it, so I didn't feel like anything anymore. I didn't feel anything at all in this for this sequel. I didn't even look forward for Rise of Skywalker actually. That's why low expectation. Masuk, okay, at least they've given us some Star Wars.
It was a
Star
lot
Wars.
of fuck you Ryan moments.
Yeah, a lot of Star Wars shit lah inside here. So I'm happy about that, and then I'm happy about the how they treat Kylo Ren with the helmet and all,
Mm.
not with
I
his baby
what?
face.
Which part of the helmet? Sorry, I don't get it.
Where
Why
he rebuilt his helmet and then
I think
he
it's
wears
unnecessary.
it again. Dia pakai balik.
Ah,
Episode 8 kan, he just destroys it, and then I'm just gonna let this baby face.
Baby face.
Muka baby face apa? Like
I mean,
he's
he looks more menacing without the helmet.
what?
He looks more like a Sith.
He
You don't see
looks
Darth Maul wearing a
baby-faced,
fucking
dude.
helmet. You don't see Palpatine wearing a helmet. You don't see the only person that has to wear wears a helmet is a guy that literally needs to breathe using the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
like it doesn't
I
make
don't know.
sense.
To me, it feels
You want that
lagi-
badass. Baik kau tengok
yeah,
Power
that
Rangers,
badass
you know what I mean?
punya characteristic lah.
yeah.
That's the second one. Third
Wait.
one,
Sith hides behind stuff, right? So wearing a helmet is part of it. You say that this guy, Darth Maul, didn't wear a helmet. He wears makeup.
He's an alien.
That's his
He's another
face.
race. That's his face, right?
He wears makeup. I don't
What are you talking about, Baju? That's the production. What are you talking about? Tiba-tiba dia pakai makeup.
Dia pakai hood tu. Right,
He
cover.
was
Yeah,
born
like,
that
all
way.
they just wear hoods, right? No, because Kylo wears a mask and then ada hood lagi on top of it. Like what?
Okay,
are you
cool,
talking
bro.
about?
Damn,
Kylo
that's
ada
so
hood.
cool to me.
I mean,
I watched it again today. I was like, fuck, cool gila sial dia pakai with that
Like-
red line on his helmet.
because Snoke says it so true. Like, even though Snoke is Palpatine, whatever fuck. Like Snoke said, like, why are you even wearing a helmet during the Last
Yes.
Jedi? He's and then like he threw the helmet away and all stuff. Because for me, Kylo wore the helmet to be like Darth Vader. He wanted to be Darth Vader. You know, he wanted to be the embodiment of Darth Vader. He wanted to be as menacing, as powerful as him. You know, he didn't care about Palpatine. He cared about Darth Vader. So seeing that he wore it back, it feels like he's so confused and he's not being himself. He's not being the supreme leader that he is. You know what I mean? He's still confused about his identity, and I feel like J.J. Abrams just wanted people like Stalker, like kids like Stalker that just want a cool character like a Power Ranger inside Star Wars. So like, okay, yeah, let's
Power Rangers.
give him a fucking helmet. For me, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
at
I get
all.
your point.
Yeah.
I get your point. Yeah. I guess to a certain extent it's true, but yeah, he's just trying to make it more of a movie, more of a fan servicey kind of thing, right? And I think, and like I said, I'm torn in the sense that I don't want it to be fan servicey. But on one side, I want it to be a Star Wars movie, right? So it's like there has to be some here and some there, right? In that sense.
Just because it's back to a Star Wars movie after Episode 8.
Wah, Sobat ni asyik sangat. Stalker ni asyik sangkut je.
Tahu tak?
Sobat kan,
Ulang balik soalan.
you kena ulang balik point tu. Dia hilang.
Stalker, kau start.
Oh, okay. The fact that it makes it a Star Wars movie again after Episode 8, because Episode 8, like Sobat said, is a self-contained movie, so it doesn't feel like the Skywalker punya saga Star Wars movie tu kan. Then Episode 9, it's like that again. So I was really, really happy after I watched it the first time, and then I watched it again second time today. I was happier.
No, relax. No, I didn't mean.
Okay,
I didn't
Melo,
mean Episode 8 is okay.
What are the best part of the movie?
The Sith temple.
Part of the movie.
Huh?
Finally, we get to see the Sith temple.
Oh yeah, Sith Temple, yeah.
The Sith temple. I
Finally,
like it.
after lama nak mampus, I read the novel.
So I'm not well versed in the whole Star Wars universe. So the Sith Temple, it has never been revealed in any of the movies or books or
No, it's in books. It was revealed in the novel.
Novels, yes.
After
Movie
Last
that-
Jedi, they talk about the temple.
And games.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's so dumb, bro.
So I didn't know that, and I also feel that. But again, for me, the best part of the movie is when you have all the rebels comes together at the end, towards the end, and then they all fight. And to me, that's like a very good feeling to have when you see that. It's like the whole end game situation again. At the end, and the build up behind it, because at the beginning, there's nobody here, nobody comes, but towards the end, they do have people coming back. For me, the whole build up, because it was just a small rebellions from the beginning, right? And then the whole build up, and for me, that's the good story about the rebellions and the whole thing, right? And the other part that for me is good is, again, the fact that how Kylo Ren in the end dies. For me, that's also good. Something great for me that I feel, because the fact that how he dies, maybe not, but the fact that they made Kylo Ren dead, for me, is good in the sense that that's the whole movie, kind of like that. There's no more Anakin bloodlines. There's no.
Oh
more...
yeah. They ended the Skywalker
You
bloodline.
like how Kylo died?
Yeah.
You like how
How he
Kylo died?
dies,
No, how he
I don't
died,
like-
no, but the fact
I
that
can
he killed Kylo.
but the fact that he
Windows
dies, I like.
doesn't show his face. I can see his ears are like smoking right now.
No, how he dies, I don't like it. But
They
the
could have
fact
make it better.
he's dead
They could have
and
make it better. They
Right.
could have make it better, seriously. But then the fact that he died, and then after that, at the same time, it ended all the Skywalker punya bloodline. It's a
Yeah,
good end to the saga lah. It's a
For
good
me,
end to the saga. No more Skywalker.
Bloodlines all gone. Is
Yeah.
where it makes me feel good about the whole thing. And because when he died, I mean, I really felt, my eyes watery, all Anakin punya bloodline all gone, the whole Solo bloodline is all gone. Now, but how he died, is the one that I disagree. At least bagilah some big,
Heroic lah kan.
yeah, and some big, whether lightsaber duel or
Mhm.
some stupid shit that happens rather than that, right? So yeah, but the fact that he dead is something I go, because I don't want, just to please the fan, they make Kylo Ren and this Rey go happily ever after, live happily ever after kind of thing. If that happens, I'm gonna burn down the bloody cinema, right?
Melun,
Mhm. Yeah.
your turn.
Dia cakap tadi.
Orang cakap dah?
Any other
cakap,
thing?
Oh, Allah, dia ni pula.
Like I said earlier, it just need to
Is
be
there any other thing? No.
the end of the saga need to be grander. Like Kylo Ren, if he was meant to die, I mean, buatlah heroic sikit kan.
And if they don't kill off Kylo Ren, it also doesn't make sense unless he went somewhere alone, because if he joins resistance, confirm masuk jail. Like he killed.
He's gonna die regardless. He's gonna go to rebellion and they're all gonna kill him.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're all gonna
Ben.
kill him. That's why.
He's
That's
like,
why.
hey, yo, it's me, Ben. Get the fuck out, bitch. They're
There's
gonna
no
kill
point.
him.
He can go.
Just to please the fan, they go and make him
They could
ever
make it.
after.
And then the space battle is quite disappointing. It's like it's grand in numbers, but it's not grand in the execution of the battle scene.
Execution.
The
Yep.
set pieces is not
Yeah.
there, right? The set pieces is not
Yeah.
there. But if you were to compare with the Last Jedi space battle,
The first opening scene tu.
Oh,
Okay. That one okay lah.
Last Jedi space battle. Yeah, I like it.
Okay lah.
I mean, the chasing after the rebel ship, right? The
That one
resistance
okay.
ship.
It doesn't make
Uh,
sense.
That
but
space battle is
I
okay.
but that's not the climactic space battle. I mean, for any Star Wars,
Yeah, we needed that climatic space battle. That's why.
the climactic space battle is not there.
It's not that only needs to be space battle, ground battle as well, as you can see in episode 1.
And the ground battle also, right?
Everything, every episode has the same thing. It's the formula. It's basically the formula.
Ground battle they did is like the AT-AT Walker and the whatever junkyard punya kapal yang diorang bawa tu kan, yang resistant yang terpaksa lawan diorang tu kan, dengan Rose, dengan Finn semua. It's like,
that one.
man.
guys, you know what would be better for that space battle though, was if Kylo, because kan macam at the end of Return of the Jedi, like Luke was the only one that knew Darth Vader went into the light side, which is he became Anakin at the end. So like it's the same thing as this one. No one knows that Kylo went into the light side except for Rey. So it would be better if they changed it a bit, and instead of Kylo helping Rey, which I don't think Rey needed help at all, because basically Kylo came and then he got tossed into the hole there. But like Kylo could have like, went onto the walkie-talkie or like whatever communicator to and talked to Poe, macam, guys, I got your back, or something like that, to show that, okay, wait, who's this? It's Ben. Like to show that he is on the light side and he's helping fight the things up there instead of helping Rey, because Rey can take care of himself. You know what I mean?
Like the X-Wing was just out there doing nothing, right?
He came back with the Abercrombie shirt, and then like tiba-tiba like he can, like he's like old Ben now. Like, no, don't call me Kylo, call me Ben. Like I don't know. It's I mean,
true, that would be awesome.
I give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, let's go back to the second worst thing. So
banyak. Okay.
Second worst.
Oh wow, that's like 30. Can you give just 3? No.
Yang macam 30 tu a lot of small things that I am very picky about it. But the second is the Force.
The what?
The Force.
Yes.
Yeah. The use of the Force in the movie. Okay, so I feel like they use the Force too much in the movie. They use the Force to problem solve a lot of things for me. Okay, for example, like Finn suddenly has Force powers, even though dia tak tunjuk langsung at all in 7-8. Suddenly he has this force. He has force powers, but he's showing that he is one with the force or something like that. Like he knows where Ray is. He used the force to know where the antenna is. Like, oh, don't worry, I know. You know, like it's like they were using the force too much. You know, like they were making up shit with the diet bullshit, with the life force bullshit. It's a lot of making up stuff that really pisses me off in the movie.
Wait, on one hand, you in the beginning just now you feel that the force should be with everyone, but now that there's some hint of the force with Finn, suddenly you say that that's bullshit.
No, that's not my point. I'm not saying that Finn shouldn't have the force.
Then
My point is that they are using the force to macam problem solve a lot of things.
okay,
Like macam they didn't go into that macam how like Han Solo found like macam Luke in the like try to save Leia and all that stuff. They had to become a stormtrooper and all that stuff. They did it in 8 and 7, but they didn't do it in 9. In 9, like how they found out about the antenna? Oh, Finn knows.
Oh,
like,
that is so cringe as fuck. I
like,
watched it
like,
now.
oh yeah,
I watched it now. I was
know
like
what
fucking
antenna is.
cringe.
Like it's like how? I just know.
Wait.
You know, like it's a lot of
antenna, I was thinking like the antenna he knows because he has worked with the force, the order before.
I thought he was gonna
He has
say.
worked with the order before,
Yeah,
so he knows
I thought he was
that
gonna say that.
to take off and whatnot, you need this
No.
thing and that thing and whatnot.
Yeah. But this is a Star Destroyer. It's way before his time. He's a new stormtrooper, and don't let me start about the Star Destroyers, which is the most stupidest things ever. But like, yeah, like for him to know that exact ship that has the specific antenna it's a lot of force. Like it's like watching a Harry Potter movie. Like force is magic somehow. Like force is supposed to be like this living embodiment of energy. You know, it's not supposed to be like fucking magic that you can bring people back to life and you can teleport. You can literally teleport bullshit in mid-air. Suddenly, like you can teleport the lightsaber. Fucking teleport baby Yoda sekali Chibai, you know, like fucking just teleport yourselves anywhere. I don't need the ships anymore. You know, it's like it's so dumb. They use the force a lot. Like just an excuse.
The if we look at isn't this you mean physically teleport the stuff, the lightsabers and whatnot, that's your issue part of it. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
I get
that's the diet.
I was surprised when I see that as well.
Diet
I was
force.
surprised when I see that as well.
And and the life force as well. That life force that Ray can suddenly do that. Okay. Yep. Okay.
But what do you guys think? Introducing new force powers cannot be done? Shouldn't be done?
It can be done. It can be done.
Is it does it
The
really
way
bug
it
you that
execute,
much? Does it bug you that much, Stalker?
not really, but the way they execute it is really poor. It's really poor, especially during the Finn part when he said, like Sobe said just now about the Star Destroyer thing.
Yeah.
When the girl asked him how does he know, and then he said like suddenly the music stops and all. He just said it's a feeling. I'm like, what? I'm just yell. I forgot.
It's
I totally forgot what I was gonna say since the first time I watched 2 weeks ago. And then I watched again just now. I thought he was gonna say that he knows because he was there before lah. You know, he works around there. You know, but then suddenly he said it's a feeling. I'm like,
not because he has
I
powers.
forgot he was gonna say that. Then it felt so cringe. It felt so forced. Oh damn!
Boom.
Forced. Boom.
But he's just force sensitive. He doesn't have the force yet.
Yeah,
I feel like he's
but
just
then-
force sensitive.
It's really that is really dumb to me.
Yeah.
But introducing new powers.
There's nothing wrong.
That one okay
There's
lah. The
nothing
way
wrong
it
with it.
executes it.
It's just
was
that they
a
use
bit
it too
poor.
much here.
Was
They,
a bit poor.
they use it as a plot device.
Yeah.
It's stupid. to me.
What do you think, Melon?
Well, just a continuation actually. Macam The Last Jedi, Snoke yang connectkan what you call that, Kylo with
Kylo
Rey kan.
and Rey.
Yeah.
So they have connection.
Palpatine. Not
But,
Snoke.
and then they like expand it further in this movie, Rise of Skywalker. Masa Rey was in Kylo's room and he was on the planet. What planet is it? I forgot.
Exocol.
And Darth Vader's helmet fell down and he saw it, right? He know where Rey is
Yeah.
location. Okay, okay lah, I can accept that. But
Yeah.
physically
Really?
teleporting your lightsaber to the other person,
Yeah.
too much lah for me.
Too much,
Yeah.
right? Like they could have, like they just learning.
No,
They're
yeah.
just learning, right?
No.
Imagine,
They're not learning anymore lah. At that point, I feel like Rey is already like macam really like Jedi Knight punya level lah. He's
otak kau.
Really?
Macam if they do that, then the death of Qui-Gon Jinn before in episode 1 was dumb. The way he died was dumb. Like Obi-Wan stood there behind the laser wall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He could have transferred that thing to Qui-Gon Jinn to fight with siapa
But
nama dia?
they don't have the
But they're
connection.
not dyads.
Rey
Faham
and
tak?
Kylo.
You know why it's dumb? Because they're not dyads. That's why. It's
Yalah,
dumb.
that's why.
Yes,
Macam
yes,
like
correct.
it's
Like
like
that-
somehow they don't explain how like
Yeah,
Rey
and
and like
they never
memang
explain about the
memang
dyad.
so, but like why tiba-tiba like fucking Palpatine can absorb, you know, like give me your fucking power. Like it's like oh man, it's like it's a lot of bullshit like that literally I literally pointed a finger to the screen when
Bullshit
they did that.
because they use it as a plot device, or bullshit because the power shouldn't be like that?
It's a plot device. I mean, it's okay to introduce like force powers, but do it at like maybe the first movie or something like that. Not like introduce everything into literally the last Star Wars punya movie. You know what I mean? And using it a lot of times, and it
How
doesn't make any sense.
in the first movie when so-called this Rey is not even a Jedi yet.
Yeah, I know. But it seems that she is naturally, you know, she is naturally powerful. Like how
Yeah.
she can lift up all the fucking all the rocks to let out Poe and Finn outside the thing. It shows that she's not a Padawan.
Because she's not
She
trained
is, yeah.
right? Because she's not trained yet, but now she's like fully trained, so-called. Right.
I mean, like, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of not understanding what the fuck is happening. That's the thing. Like, oh, tiba-tiba je dia ni boleh like heal this snake. Like, what the hell is this? You know, and then they don't like macam Rey is not looking at the camera. Oh yeah, by the way, life force. You know, like she's not really explaining at all. So
And
like,
I only know, and that's a good point, because I only know that the reason why she healed that snake because this Kylo supposed to heal her later.
yeah, like,
And then so by one more thing yang you said about Palpatine sucking out the life from Rey, right? Apparently the Sith power, once you get fully energized, you have this red velvet
Yep.
shirt underneath. Suddenly
Yeah.
like Palpatine like
Aduh.
going to as a tuxedo
No,
inside.
he had that shirt,
Yeah, yeah.
the episode 3 punya shirt.
What's that? I
yeah,
missed.
that's the sponsor.
It's like when you see Palpatine at first, it's like all this flow kind of very lusuh punya baju outfit semua kan. And then after dia sedut punya Ray punya life force semua, it's like baju dia cantik tau. It's like it's going for a gala dinner.
That like classy Sith look.
Going again tomorrow. I'm going again for an IMAX tomorrow, but I missed that part. Shit. Okay.
Kau tengok lah baju dia nanti. Kau tengok
So,
baju dia nanti.
the
Dah
power
tiba-tiba
that
macam,
heals his breast or as well.
Yeah. Macam he could have like jumped behind her when she was doing that. When he was doing that lightning thing, then Rey literally came with 2 lightsabers and stopped the lightning. You know, he can like fucking blow up ships up top. It's so dumb. Like he could just like jump because you know, like Palpatine is like the biggest, baddest. You know, he could have just stopped the lightning and you know, hey, stop. You know, it hurts.
But that,
You know,
that is
yeah.
Prime Palpatine. This is
I know it's
the
like Prime
weakened-
Palpatine, but like you know, he could just do a lot of stuff. But yeah, I know. I guess it's the story. That's a bit nitpicky, but yeah, that's the whole
that-
story progression.
I think there's not much wrong with that scene. Yeah, I think that's a bit nitpicky. But
Yeah.
okay, what else that you feel that so fucked up?
That's all I think for me.
For you, okay. Anyone else before I say something?
No,
I mean
so-
the major ones lah, the major ones. That's the only thing.
Well,
No,
you're not-
like I am, but it's a lot of not a lot of major things. There's a lot of small things, but semi-major thing is that they cop out a lot. Macam J.J. Abrams is a bit scared of killing characters. Like how when Chewbacca died, I was like, holy shit, that was good. I was like, okay, fuck, okay, Chewbacca's dead. Like that was impactful. That was like, oh, okay, I stood up a bit. I was like, okay, okay, I see you, JJ. Then suddenly she's in a fucking another transporter. I was like, what? Why? And then like C3PO, you had that heartfelt moment where he's this is the last time I'm gonna see my friends, like I love you, and stuff. And then suddenly fucking R2D2 fucking anals his ass, and then suddenly, oh yeah, you're good.
Ada
Like
backup,
what?
Backup
What the
memory.
fuck is happening right now? I mean, like, just go with it. Like he's so scared. I feel like he's so scared because of the Last Jedi. He's so scared. It becomes a shit show. It becomes a mess of a story.
And that's exactly the point that I'm trying to think about. What is the movie going for? Is the movie going for fan service, or is the movie going for to kick it out of the park?
You see,
And that's the big question, right?
Yeah.
So
They
what?
had, in my
too much
opinion, he had to
fan service.
make it fan service because of the previous movie.
Yeah.
He had to.
Yeah. Especially
To
the
me,
part
for
where
me.
Luke goes caught the lightsaber. He's like, don't more respect the lightsaber. I'm like, okay, that's a fuck you to Ryan Johnson. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of fuck yous. I feel like when Kylo
But
threw,
why do you think that's a fuck you to Ryan Johnson? I feel that Luke being a teacher, being a so-called Jedi trainer kind of thing. That's how they train people. Dulu macam tu, sekarang macam ni. You guys are like the next level.
No. I mean, like the fact that I didn't think Rey should have went to that island, and I was like, I'm gonna be Luke. Because she knew that Luke changed in the Last Jedi. Luke redeemed himself in the Last Jedi. Then suddenly, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna sit here like a hermit, like Luke. Suddenly she went like she shouldn't even went there. She shouldn't even have to. Like she didn't even like had the like macam thought of throwing the lightsaber pun. That's what I thought. I thought she would go there to macam seek guidance from Luke. You know what I mean? Even though her Jedi master is Carrie Fisher, like Leia, but like she wants advice from Luke and Yoda, whatever. Like so I thought that was it. She didn't have to throw the lightsaber wood. But that was literally just to show that I'm facing shit for Ryan Johnson. I feel like the fucking ship down there.
It's pretty obvious though.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
I don't think so. Yeah,
it is very obvious.
I don't think so, but I guess it is more like they want to get something. The fans, they want to rile up the fans, because like I said, it is unlikely that they don't talk to each other about this whole big arc that they're gonna do.
That was the plan, right? That was Kathleen Kennedy's plan, was to have separate directors have their own vision of the story.
That was so
Kathleen Kennedy is the showrunner for Star Wars, bro.
Yeah, but then again, are you telling me so bad that they don't even need to think about the whole 3-movie arc?
No, they didn't. That's why it's like this. That's why it's shit. Because
that's why it's so messy.
That's why Rise of Skywalker happened.
For a second that they don't have like a big arc already planned, and then you guys are supposed to do whatever you want somewhere in the middle, but the big arc must be there.
If they planned it, we would have hints of Palpatine in Force Awakens. At least.
No, because that's supposed to be a big twist.
I know, but at least like macam Thanos, like how Thanos is slowly built up.
No, because it's supposed to be a twist. Because remember, they make people think about who's Rey. It's supposed to be a twist.
But then it didn't feel like a twist though.
No, because Last Jedi literally said your parents came from nothing. Faham tak? Macam like they did that.
Maybe the guy is lying. Maybe the guy is lying because he want to save the twist at the end.
I know, because they can do that because no one's talking to each other, because they can just add shit after. Faham tak? Macam like, oh yeah, by the way, I told you about parents. It's a lie.
It's like one movie to make. It costs about $200 to $300 million, and to spend $1 billion for 3 movies, you don't need to talk to each other. Do whatever you want.
And you know how bad it is, and how much I agree with Sober, because Force Awakens made 2 billion, Last Jedi made 1.2 billion, and Rise of Skywalker is predicted to make less than 1.2 billion. So it's lesser and lesser and lesser. People lose interest because of the story.
Yeah, there's definitely no like a big master plan for this. There's
But
no.
seriously, you guys think that there is no big tenets or big arc that has been discussed before?
No, not at
There
all.
has been, but then I think
No, I don't think so.
I don't know what happened behind the scene. But then Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are
So
it's their fault.
as
Mainly
a
their fault.
business decision, that when
Yeah.
they make this business decision consciously to say that, yeah, let's spend this $1 billion without having this director to talk to each other to make this a trilogy. Let them do whatever they want.
If
See-
they really wanted a trilogy, they should have a showrunner like
Yes.
Kevin Feige, like someone that is okay.
Even Mandalorian
so this,
is ran
this,
by
this-
Kevin Feige pula. Mandalorian is ran by Jon Favreau.
yeah, John Favreau. But like the thing is, like he's like okay, Kevin Feige is the showrunner, so he plans it out, and the director has their own visions, but the story is about the same thing.
Hmm.
But Star Wars is a different
Hey,
thing.
And still, Kathleen Kennedy showrunner what?
Yeah, she's the showrunner, but she's
then-
like the director give the story. Macam you come up with your own story because it's an original thing.
And
It's like
that's
a
why
new
I,
thing.
and
George
that's why
Lucas
I
did it.
disagree with you, because we have a showrunner, we have a big arc.
With no vision. With no vision. That's what I'm saying.
With the vision,
the
yeah.
vision may be bad. The vision maybe it's a bad vision. Maybe it's a bad movie. I can get on. I'm okay to say that there's a bad trilogy. I'm okay to say that Kathleen Kennedy as a showrunner for this trilogy is super bad. I'm okay, but to say that they don't talk to each other, to say that they don't even discuss this at all, the big tenet is unlikely lah.
Baju, there's
They
even
discussed. I
interviews.
think they.
There's no. There's even interviews where J.J. Abrams like macam said that he didn't
Oh, yeah,
communicate
J.J.
at
Abrams
all
said that,
with Ryan Johnson. He got the script during production of The Last Jedi, and he
Yeah.
laughed at the script.
Siapa dia? Channel sekali lagi.
Like JJ Abrams got the script before like the whole production started, the Last Jedi started, and he laughed at the script because it was so crazy. But he's like, yeah, I left it into Ryan's hands. Faham tak?
Because
There was no
he
communication
left
of like,
it. He left at it. He left at it because episode 9, he wasn't supposed to direct it.
yeah. It was supposed to be
He
someone
was supposed to
else.
be Colin Trevorrow, the Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World punya director. It was
Yeah,
supposed to be him, and then he had creative differences with Kathleen Kennedy, and then they brought back in J.J. Abrams after the audience reception of The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
For
the
me-
plan was for JJ Abrams to start off the Star Wars trilogy, to start off with 7 and let the other directors.
It's
make their
never
own
it's
story.
never planned as J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams to take over
Yeah,
either episode 9 or 8.
there's never an end game.
Yes,
like,
there's
like,
never an
a
end
wrap
game.
up.
It's
you know?
supposed to be J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson, Colin Trevorrow, and then after the reception of The Last Jedi, that's what I read. I remember they changed Colin Trevorrow with J.J. Abrams because of
Belon,
how
what do you
The Last
think
Jedi
that
was
there is
received.
zero discussion at all, or do you think that there is some
There must be
big-
discussion, but then I don't know. They all have egos, you know.
I can
The
agree that we have a
discussion-
bad vision or a bad plan or a bad story, but to say that there's no discussion at all.
like Sobe said lah, it's like in the interview with JJ said, the JJ cannot do anything. I mean, it's already there. He has to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the actor of Palpatine pun tak tahu dia akan berlakon
Oh
until
yeah.
he get the script and he said, you're going to be in the final movie.
Yeah.
When dia kena interview tu.
Yeah.
Unlike George Lucas, dia ada punya vision semua kan. Dah habis dia shooting episode 4, dia terus cakap dekat Mark Hamill, the next movie Vader is your father. I mean macam
But
it's,
so bad,
it's a bad plan lah to have different directors.
Mark Hamill know. Everybody else don't know, right? Only Mark
Yeah,
Hamill know.
only Mark Hamill know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that doesn't mean that everybody knows.
No.
But
But that's a different thing because George Lucas memang was on the movie 4, 5, 6. it wasn't different directors ever. It was all George Lucas. It was
So
his story.
you also
But this
think
is
that there is no
yeah.
discussion between the two directors. Oh.
Okay, there are discussion maybe from episode 7 to episode 8. And then
Have
macam
you read about
diorang
this?
punya
Sorry.
macam apa macam Sobel cakap tadi lah, memang okay, the third director will be different. It's not will be it won't be, it was not supposed to be JJ kan. So the first okay, episode 7 episode 8 okay, mungkin they have this discussion. Okay, JJ kat okay, I'm done, now it's your job kan. Sebab he's not expecting to direct
Okay,
the
let me
final.
pause you right there.
Okay.
There was news everywhere before this that
Mm.
J.J. Abrams wrote a script for The Last Jedi, whatever it was supposed to be called before, episode 8.
Mhm.
He wrote a provisional script and he gave it to siapa nama dia Muhammad tu? Bodoh.
Rian
Ryan
Johnson.
Johnson. He
Ah.
gave it to
Ah.
Ryan Johnson. And then Ryan Johnson scrapped the whole script. He scrapped he scrapped the whole script. J.J. Abrams said this. Yeah, you can Google it. Ryan Johnson scrapped everything. He rewrote from the beginning to the end.
So I think
he
that
wrote it
must
again.
be
So
JJ.
there is a big arc, but somehow
Yes, there is a big heart. There is a big heart. Big heart sikit, big heart.
dalam Marvel.
There is a big arc, but then I think Caitlin Kennedy told them that they can do anything. Like she told J.J. Abrams, okay, you can do this for episode 7. You can
Allah,
Dia
pasti
pause.
I'm thinking about the name lah gila. There are too many names.
Oh, bukan
Because then
sangkut.
Colin, you can do this with episode 9. Faham tak?
Because tak tadi
You
tak
can do
dengar.
this with episode 9.
Soccer tak ada orang dengar lah, Uncle. Apa kau cakap
Kau
tadi?
freeze sekejap tadi.
Kau
Freeze sekejap.
which part? Yang mana? Which part?
Big heart.
Yeah. There is a big art, but then I think Caitlin Kennedy, she told J.J. Abrams, you can do this with episode 7. And then she told Ryan Johnson, he can do this with episode 8, and then Colin can do this with episode 9. So that's why it's their own story, you know? Episode 9 je episode yang dia connect dengan episode 7 mostly because it's J.J. Abrams. And because episode 8 has ruined everything.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Kau relax je lah. Kau cakap episode lah. Kau ni relax je.
I think that there is a big arc, but somehow Kathleen Kennedy just let people fuck it up, right? Change it midway or change it here, change it. There was a big arc.
Because there was a script for episode 8 already.
Yeah,
by
like what
J.J. Abrams.
I remember reading that thing as well. There was a script.
There was a script.
There was a big arc.
And then Ryan Johnson threw it away.
But somehow, somewhere along the way, it was changed for whatever the reason is, and that's where the whole movie kind of like crumbles upon. You know, the whole thing. Because again, like I said, nobody would write a check for $1 billion for something that doesn't connect with each other. Nobody. Who? Crazy.
Yeah. Like imagine the writer's room for Star Wars. You know, it's a clusterfuck of people, you know, like from
And I agree.
camps, you know?
And I agree. And probably because Rian Johnson, you know, fuck it up along the way, or Kathleen Kennedy say, okay, never mind you, Rian Johnson, you just do whatever you want. So whatever the situation is, right?
Yeah.
So
Like,
there probably is, but somewhere along the way, it got changed so
Like,
much, probably.
I feel like J.J. Abrams did the best he could for the movie. I feel like he did his best. And I mean, like, it's not a good movie and it's not like the worst. You know what I mean? It's a fine movie to end it with. But yeah, like, he did all he could. You know, it's like how
Mak
Joss
cakap about
Whedon-
the FYP.
Apa?
Oh, yeah, no. It's like when I watched the movie first and the second time as well, it feels like a final year project for like a cinema class. Macam, okay.
Melampau
It's like,
No, it
it's
makes
like-
sense though. You have to
it's
listen
just
what
like,
Sobel
hey,
said.
bro, you're not following the format and your points are wrong. You need to change it before tomorrow. oh, okay, so she's just showing everything that the teacher would like and all the points in whatever manner it is, in whatever order, and like, okay, here you go. Here's a presentation. You know, everyone's like clapping. I don't know. That's how I felt after watching it. It's a clusterfuck. No, after I tell you about all my other points, then maybe you would understand. But you know, yeah.
Lampau sobe.
Betul.
Okay, it's been 1.5 hours. I think let's Belon, you have anything to say on Belon last point tu? What's your last point to Belon? You have anything to say for the year project?
That's not a point. That's just a statement that I want to say. It's
How
my
you would
opinion.
describe it as the
Yeah, that's how
episode 9.
like how I would describe the movie. Yeah. It's a FYP.
Dia macam can't get a whole get a grip on things lah to me. Like macam kau cakap Baju, it's like she just let every director like fucks it up.
I really feel that, you know, that's what happened. I feel that it is unlikely that they go into this trilogy without the big arc. It's unlikely. Who wanna sign that $1 billion?
Disney would, because they know Star Wars would make money.
Still, there's the same thing. Like, do you think people this whatever superhero movie will make money because they put so many stars in it?
Yeah, true. So
But it doesn't mean that you can sign off anything, right?
you could literally see the downfall of this trilogy. From episode 7, it made 2 billion, and then 1.2 billion, and then less than 1.2 billion. Nobody's interested of this trilogy anymore after episode 8.
Okay, betul lah. Time kau tak bercakap, dia okey je.
I feel like it's the whole mentality of Disney execs thinking that it's Star Wars, it can't fail.
Yeah.
Even
I don't think that's the case. I feel like if it's the directors and the Kathleen Kennedy as a showrunner is the one that fails the whole thing, right? I mean, how can you blame Bob Iger or Disney management to say that? Yeah, because they write the checks, right? Yeah. They give the reign to Kathleen Kennedy as a showrunner plus the 3 directors. But the 3 directors fuck it up.
I know, but they overall approve the thing, right? I mean, like they are the ones that make the decision. Like, I mean, like Kathleen Kennedy, yes, makes the decision, but it needs to be approved by the guys upstairs.
But
like, how do you justify the thing?
No, I disagree with you so bad because it's a people higher up, people like Bob Iger or people, they cannot get into the they say, oh, you the director are wrong. Because they need to trust the directors, they need to trust the showrunners because they are not the artistic part of it. They're just giving the money. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They control, you know, how much you need to spend for this, for that, but not how to make the film, not how to make the story goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess okay, that's true. I mean, because I think they just look at numbers. I feel like as an exec, you look at numbers, you look at, does it make sense? Because even though how bad the prequel did, like how bad the prequel was, it still made money. People still went and watched it. You know what I mean? Like, even though how bad it was, because it's Star Wars. Like, you can't go wrong with Star Wars, is what they think. I feel like.
But Solo didn't make money.
Yeah, Solo didn't. But Solo is one of the best Star Wars movies for me.
Yeah, but it didn't make money.
Okay, we're gonna go into the ranking before we end. We're gonna go into the ranking before we end. Before we end, we're gonna have the ranking.
Oh my god, I cannot wait for you to hear the ranking.
Okay, I saved that for last because, you know, at the end of the day, we're gonna have our own ranking. So I feel that it's the directors who fuck it up because they don't agree to the overarching arc, whether they agree and then later they change it up, or they never agree with to begin with, you know. But I feel that they have agreed to something, but somewhere along the way, somebody decided to change something. And that's how everything got fucked up. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I feel. Because it is unlikely, lah. Right? Even the how many Marvel movies before Avengers 4 we have? 20, 30?
21, I think.
Yeah. And they can still get it right. takkan 3 movie cannot get it right. Right? So that's why it is unlikely that they don't have an arc. It is more about the directors are being given too much of a free reign, or somehow somebody screw up somewhere. And then like Stalker said lah, maybe this Rian Johnson somehow changed the whole thing. Right.
Yep.
So-
Stalker dia tadi pointing finger je dekat ni Last Jedi. Semua sadar Last Jedi.
Benda Last Jedi. Aku jatuh kat toilet tadi, Last Jedi ni. Semua benda dia main cakap.
Okay, so yeah, guys, it's 1 hour and 40 minutes. I was thinking of to do this for only a 1.5 hour, but let's cap it at 2 hours. We have 20 minutes for us to go through the ranking, right? Let's start. Who want to go off first?
Go with Belon first.
Including the spin-off?
Okay.
Just the main saga.
Are we going to go together with the spin-off or not?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's include the spin-off. So the spin-off, we only have Solo and Rogue One, right?
Yep.
Just the two of this. Right, cool.
So what? Top 5, top 10?
Just rank lah.
Including the spin-off.
Don't go too much lah. I give top 5 lah.
In order.
So we start
In
out with
order,
yang paling bawah dulu. 10 first.
10? Oh wow. No, for me it's top 5.
11, right? 11.
I give my top 5. No, I won't go as far as 10. I'll give my top 5.
Give you everything.
Oh, I have to do proper lah.
Proper lah. We've been here for like an hour 40 minutes already.
Relax.
Okay,
Okay,
but
then we start with Sobe lah.
No.
Go with either Sobe or Stalker first.
See request the man top 5 ke? Ngantuk lah ni. Top 5 ke?
Ada lah. I mean, you don't have to talk too long about it. You just need to...
Yeah, just give it a rank
Just
lah.
give out the
Just give it a
name.
rank. Don't need to like explain everything.
Okay, so Stalker dulu.
Stalker cap
Stalker
Last Jedi.
Stalker dulu.
Okay.
Okay, start from 10
Start from
11.
11, yeah.
11. There's 11 movie meh?
Yeah. Including Rogue One and...
Oh yeah, okay. The number 11, I would give episode 1. No, episode 2, sorry. 11, I would give episode 2. Number 10, I would give episode 1. And then number 9, really?
Tak payah cakap number, aja cakap je. Sebab
Okay.
kita faham dah.
Okay. After that, episode 8. That's the bottom 3. Episode 8, 11, episode 8, 2, and 1. That's the bottom 3.
Okay.
And then episode 6. Episode 6. After that, that's like what? 4 movies already? 4 movies. Okay. Episode 6, and then episode 4. And then episode 3. No. Episode 4. No. Sorry.
Ya Allah.
Start again. Episode 6.
Wow.
Episode 6, and then episode 7. Then it's episode 4. After episode 4, it gets better. Episode 3, and then maybe episode kena bagi nombor, aku lupa. I forgot. What did I say just now? Episode 2, episode 1.
Kau tulis benda ni ke semua kat macam kau...
No, I already wrote it somewhere.
Okay. Somewhere. Nice.
Episode 8, and then episode 7. Yalah, episode 7, episode 4, episode 3. Episode 3 is number, I don't know what. And then episode 6. Episode 6.
Kali six lah.
Budak bodoh kan.
I'm gonna write it down now.
Aku dah tertidur aku tu.
Kau dulu lah.
Bodoh sial.
Kau dulu.
Hah?
Dewan ni semua tak tulis. Yang dengar dia betul.
Okay, here's the playlist.
Bear first.
Alright. Starting from 11
Okay.
So episode 1, Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my god.
Rogue One.
Okay.
Last
Tak kau
Jedi,
Rogue One.
Rogue One, Last Jedi, Force Awakens, Solo, a Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi, Empire, and A New Hope. That's my
Return
number
of the
one.
Empire, Last Jedi, and A New Hope.
No, Return of the Jedi, Empire, A New Hope. So the original trilogy is my top 3. Yeah.
So this The Last Jedi number 4.
Last Jedi nombor 6.
Nombor 6. Okay. Alright. Okay. Go. Okay. Then let me start. For me, the worst movie of all is Episode 2.
Okay.
All the love story, stupid shit. And
Boom.
then after that, it was Episode 3. I hate it. Right?
Mhm.
I don't care what you guys say. Episode 3 sucks.
Memang sucks.
And then, apa?
Memang it sucks. Okay.
Memang. And then Episode 1, right? And then I have the Force Awakens. After the Force Awakens is The Last Jedi first, then the Force Awakens, then the Rise of the Skywalker. Then I have Rogue One, then Solo, then I have the first trilogy. I rank as Episode 5 first, and then the second is Episode 4, and then the last is Episode 6, then Solo.
So your number one movie is Empire.
Empire Strikes Back. Yes.
Okay.
Right. For me, Empire Strikes Back really is like the key.
Just the ultimate Star Wars movie.
Yeah, the ultimate Star Wars movie. And I guess it also shows from the point where, because when the first movie they never thought that it's gonna be successful, right? They don't go all out, but the second movie they really go all out, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I see. All right, so Belon.
Okay, I think everyone's agree. The worst is Episode 2.
Yeah.
No, for me it's Episode 1 but it's like it's the same thing. For me, Episode 2 lebih kurang.
Even though they have a massive Jedi battle at the end, it cannot make up for the hour-long love story.
Yeah, it's bergolek-golek dekat tengah-tengah flower bed tu. Shit.
And then using the Force to feed his, the punya queen kan.
I know, man.
Okay, number 10, Last Jedi. Number 9.
Oh, lawak lah Jedi number 10.
Number 9, episode 1. Number 8, Solo. 7, Rise of Skywalker. 6, Force Awakens. Number 5, Episode 4. Number 4, Rogue One. So number 3 is Episode 3. I love Episode 3.
Boom.
Number 2 is Return of the Jedi, and number 1, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, sorry.
A New Hope nombor apa ni?
New Hope number 5.
Oh, okay.
My top 5.
Kau tengok stok.
Probably because of the Ewoks.
Aku dah tulis balik dah. Stalker pakai calculator dah buat list dia. Okay, so guys, number 15 gila sekali.
Dah start number 15.
Number 15 dah start. So 4 kali aku.
Okay, number 11, like I said just now, is Episode 2. Number 10, Episode 1. Number 9, Episode 8. Number 8, Episode 9. Number 7, Episode 7.
Kau cuma cakap je nama movie tu.
Oh, and then Episode 4. Lepas tu Episode 3, number 5. I really love Episode 3, just like Balloon.
Return of the Jedi?
No, Episode 3. I love it because just... Okay, tak explain lah.
Okay.
Episode 3 is rank number berapa?
Number 5.
Oh,
Wow.
tinggi gila tu.
I love it because of the Purge.
Yeah.
The Purge too, one of the most interesting part in Star Wars history. And then the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yes, I agree. The fight.
And then
The fight was too long guys. Come on. Admit lah.
relax.
Lama sangat bodoh. Okay.
Otak kau best sial.
Okay.
So emotional.
I think the
Dapat
fight is
nangis.
good.
Nangis. Okay, and then number 4, Episode 6.
That's how you end a trilogy, right? That's how you end a trilogy.
Yeah, that's how you end the
The
trilogy.
big fight, right?
Yeah.
Number 4 is Episode 6.
Number 4 is episode 6. Okay.
And then Solo.
Yeah, I mean I love
okay.
Solo as well. I put Solo number 4.
Solo nombor 3.
Solo is number 4 also for me.
Solo nombor 3. And then Rogue One.
Number 2.
Yes, Rogue One number
Rogue
2.
One,
I really love Rogue One.
I think you just like Darth Vader at the end je.
Tak lah, mana ada gila. Just because of the story.
Okay,
The
Rogue One
last
my top 5 kot. I like the story as
I
well.
love Rogue One.
I mean, I
Rogue
put number 5, number 6. Tak adalah I put number.
Baju, you and me punya list is about the same because my Rogue One is 7.
My Rogue One is number 2. And then number 1 is of course Empire Strikes Back lah.
Empire juga. But so
Empire.
your number 1 is not Empire, right? Just now.
Yeah, no. It's not.
Number 1 kau apa?
A New Hope.
When you know.
Damn. Serious
A
ah.
New Hope is such a perfect movie.
Empire Strike Back is like Strikes Back. I like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
It's like-
but yeah,
As a movie, it's really good. And then in the Star Wars punya lore pun memang good. Like best of both worlds ah.
like for me, like there's a lot of things wrong with not there's a lot of things wrong, but there's a bit of stuff yang bila tengok balik macam okay, that doesn't make
Fire is so
an
perfect.
Empire. But like A New Hope is like perfect all the way around. Like the way they portray the characters and all stuff. It's
Rogue One,
perfect.
Rogue One aku seorang je nombor 2.
Rogue ya.
damn,
Kau
I
dengar
love Rogue
belum
One.
nombor 3 Rogue One.
Okay. Close enough.
Yep, number 4. I put number 4.
Yeah, Rogue One. I think the first part is the worst fucking thing ever. Just the last part the best. The
Rogue
third
One,
part,
no,
when they
the movie is
finally at
it's
the Death
great though.
Star. I feel like that was the whole space fight though. That whole sequence is the best thing ever. Before that was it doesn't make sense at all. It does not make sense. The whole character doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Which one?
Sorry. Siapa nama perempuan tu? Yang jadi see I don't even remember the name because it's so bad. Because
God lah
she
nama dia.
But because you see the whole character doesn't make any sense.
yeah, because like you don't understand.
Hey,
her
it's so
motives.
good that they gonna have a spin-off show, right? About the girl, or is it about the guy
I don't know.
on
but
Disney
like,
Plus nanti?
because the guy and the girl is bad. That's the thing. So like the girl has
serius lah
has
kau ni.
serious has no reason to go to the rebellion for me. Like because basically the rebellion killed the dad. Betul tak? Am I right? Betul tak? The
Yeah, the
rebellion
rebellion
came
killed
and
the dad.
killed the dad. Then tiba-tiba macam, you know what? Rebellion, you're all right. I'm gonna help you. I mean, like it doesn't give her enough motivation to go to the rebellion, to join and macam sacrifice her life. Faham tak? For me, there's no like, it's not really.
I need to rewatch that movie. It has been so long since I rewatched.
I watched it. That's why it's a bit fresh. But yeah. And like, you know what? Episode 1 is the worst movie for me. I don't even remember the plot after just watching it.
Same.
No, I mean,
I did not.
Rogue One-
Out of all the 3 trilogy, I rated episode 1 out of the first the episode 1 to 3. Episode 1 for me is the best.
What?
Yes.
Oh, ada
Baju.
the first trilogy ke apa?
First
Yeah,
one.
No, the prequel.
I like
Oh, the
episode 1.
prequel trilogy.
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, no. The prequel trilogy, I like the last one. The third one.
For me,
Yeah.
the third one is is a close second because I think the character Qui-Gon is like a super strong character. I like it a lot. And then you have your Darth Maul, right? And then you have pod racing, right? And then you have the pod racing, right? So and
Alba always win.
If you, no,
and then
macam
you have Jar Jar Binks. I like Jar Jar Binks too bad, right? So and that's why I feel of course the dialogues, stupid dialogues, right? So,
dialogue dumb. The way they talk is dumb. And
the
the
way
whole
they,
macam,
I mean all three movies dialogues stupid. I don't know who write for it, but it's so stupid.
it's George Lucas. Semua tu
Right.
George Lucas.
Just Lucas lah. I agree. It's George Lucas.
So
You can see George
but
Lucas is
you
very
know,
good.
and that's why I feel like, but the characters are so strong. It's just that the writing is so bad, right?
Yeah, the writing.
Are the
agree with that.
characters strong? Like I feel like watching the movie just
Bizol pun agree. Rogue One number 2. Come on, man.
like he's not in the podcast. So like
Oh, okay.
recently, like watching the original what the prequels, watching episode 1, you don't even like know like the relationship between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. They're always talking about the strategy, the plan, and all stuff. The only time they talked about personal shit was when they were in the forest dengan Jar Jar Binks and all stuff. And like you don't see that macam Obi-Wan and Anakin punya relationship. You know what I mean? They don't have that master and Padawan punya relationship. It's just like macam okay, you go here, you go, we plan this, and then tiba-tiba like when Qui-Gon Jinn died, I didn't feel anything, and I was shocked how Obi-Wan was like sad, macam sad gila babi that Qui-Gon Jinn.
How can you not feel it? Oh my god!
No,
I don't know.
because
I feel it very strong.
if you watch it again, you don't see that at all from the characters. Like there's no life to the movie. It's dead. Like why I put because Clone Wars pun sebenarnya sama. Tapi the reason why I like
when you rewatch, I agree that the first trilogy doesn't age that well at all. When you rewatch the whole trilogy, it's so bad. By today's standard, that one I agree. But when we watch it in the first place back then, I agree that the dialogue is bad, but it was good. Because I cannot judge a movie back then with now. Because standards is so different. Because when you rewatch it and then you feel, the dialogues become so much worse because why? Back then that was like already bad. But when you look at the current standard in writing, it's so much better, right? And but the characters of Qui-Gon today, if you look at the three movie that we have today, there's no one who's like Qui-Gon. There's such a strong character, the one that
I agree with that.
That's how I feel it.
I mean, yeah, like because when I was watching it then, I was small. You know, I didn't have a beard. I wasn't so bad, basically. So my mental capacity wasn't there to actually. But now when I have a brain and I actually watch movies and really macam deep dive into movies.
Of course, you know, if you were to go back to watch the favorite movie that we have back then and now, we would feel back then I was so stupid, man.
Yeah, I know, Baju. But the question is, you're talking about the present. You're talking about now. You're talking about how you perceive Star Wars now and the whole thing. I mean, like, this is me now, lah. This is like, for me, this is how I really look at Star Wars, lah. And after watching everything, and I think the Jedis are the worst things ever. The worst people ever. By the way.
What?
Oh yeah. Worst people, I agree.
Clone Wars and how
but not Obi-Wan. But not Obi-Wan, eh?
Obi-Wan is basically the same because he's still a Jedi Master. I feel like anyone that condones the Jedi way is dumb. Okay, that's all. Boom.
And in the end, Jedi, Sith juga yang bagus.
No, Sith, Jedi semua bodoh. I mean, Sith is evil. How can you root people that are evil? But Jedis are evil, but in their own way. They are the ones that made Anakin that. They basically made like Darth Vader. Not Palpatine. Palpatine is the one that pushed, but the Jedi, like basically Yoda, which is the fucking worst character in the prequels. Yoda is like the worst in the prequels. In A New Hope, in Empire Strikes Back, he's like, when he gave the speech about the Force, it's the most beautiful fucking speech about the Force. But when he was in Attack of the Clones, he's like so like, concentrate your fire on this team. You know, he's like killing. You know, he's not the same Yoda. You know, I don't want to see Yoda fighting Count Dooku. I don't want to see Yoda fighting people. I want to see Yoda as the wise, the one that is true with the Force, that is the Jedi way. You know, always bring peace and all that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just me.
Yoda fight scene dengan Count Dooku was one of the best.
That's the scene. I mean, I think Yoda in episode 3 is the best among the prequel. Among the prequel.
I don't want to start.
What?
No, I didn't
it's
say
okay,
Yoda
in episode 3.
I don't know.
I'm saying it's supposed to be that guy in A New Hope. You know what I mean? That guy in Empire. Like that guy that gave the speech. Not Yoda yang macam aggressive gila nak bunuh semua. I don't know. It doesn't feel.
Yoda became mellow because of what he did before.
Yes, exactly. And that's where he became, that's how, because you cannot equate, because that's the prequel, that's how he was before. And that's when he realized that he was wrong.
He realized he was wrong also after
No, because
episode
it's
3.
not consistent with the character. For me, like when he was fighting Palpatine, kan dia lawan Palpatine sekejap, and Palpatine bapak gila babi lompat macam orang gila semua, and then like he got like basically diorang
Boosting
macam
kan
force
ni.
push, like macam lightning, and then dia macam tolak, and then Yoda macam kena campak. Like he could have went back up and macam let's do this again, but he just basically I'm gonna go and be a hermit. like that was Yoda's arc. Macam that was the whole, and then like Yoda was the one that said, just let Padme die. Just forget about Padme and all that. And then Anakin macam, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? Like macam like it's just inconsistent for me. Yoda's character is inconsistent, and I don't think it's not say Yoda's fault because Yoda's a cartoon, but I mean like it's George Lucas punya fault lah, because dia dah jadi on tua gila lah, dah macam nyanyuk. So he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
Dialogue, yeah.
that's partly, a Jedi doesn't mean that Jedi tak buat mistake.
Yeah, I know, but that's not a mistake. That's just their way. Oh, Anakin's like, oh, my mom's dying. Forget about your fucking mom, bitch. This is not the Jedi way. You need to forget about your mom. That's why Anakin pergi bunuh the fucking whole village, because he has so much anger and he can't, like, no one's there to macam support him, and like Yoda's like, fuck you, Anakin, calm down. You need to forget about your mom. Let's take you away from your mom and just let your mom be a slave,
Well,
so you can fucking train with the Jedi.
yeah, that's not Yoda's fault. That's Jedi's fault.
That's
That's
Jedi's,
Jedi
yeah, that's
order.
Jedi's fault.
Yeah, it is the
Jedi.
Jedi.
That's the
That's not
script
Yoda.
fault as well.
Yeah, it is the Jedi's fault. But
But
I
it's
was
not
saying
Yoda
that
lah.
but
we're
Anakin
going
came to Yoda.
too deep into the
Anakin
law
came-
already.
Anakin
Yeah.
came to Yoda in the movie and literally asked him, "What should I do, Master?" Faham tak? It wasn't the committee. It wasn't me. It was just him and Yoda. And then
Yeah,
Yoda was
and
like,
you have
about-
to follow the way of the Jedi.
"Yeah, I know, but it's inconsistent. I don't know.
It is
I'm
not
sorry.
Yoda, it's the Jedi.
Is the Jedi, and Yoda is part of the Jedi. The
Yeah.
Yoda we saw in the original trilogy is a way different Yoda. I mean, yeah, betul lah, like progression and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
it's a way better Yoda lah. Funny, not serious, like this goofy green character that we
Yeah.
love Yoda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But him,
And that's what Luke has become also. Right.
yeah, I mean, like Luke is just a jaded old man. Yoda is a happy old man. Faham tak? He's
Yeah,
the
I
content old man.
When you retire, you either become jaded or you either become happy or you either become bitter.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I want that Yoda instead of this fucking like soul crushing and
Okay,
demotivating.
before that, he was in the Yoda Council. Sorry, Jedi Council.
Jedi dengan Yoda.
He was in the Jedi Council and he was one of the masters kan. So dia kena memang follow the rules and all that lah by the book. Now that the Jedi Council dah tak ada, dah hancur. So he's like, he's living a free life as a hermit, and because that's why he's mellow and happy.
Yes.
I guess so. If you like, because this is, like I said, people can make shit up as they go. Like how like you said just now how like, oh, by the way, Ray, I lied about your parents. Your parents actually, like apa Palpatine and all that. You can make up shit. It's fine, but it's just it has to gel well. I feel like it has to make sense. It has to be executed properly to make it. Yeah.
Come on. I think you are the one who's confused.
I'm actually not. I feel like I'm seeing Star Wars how it is, and I'm like, I hate Star Wars. I fucking love and hate Star Wars at the same time.
If you hate Star Wars, you shouldn't even be on this fucking panel.
I love it. I love to hate it, and like macam, I love it so much. I'm so passionate about Star Wars. After watching Clone Wars, really macam like enhanced my knowledge on Star Wars punya lore. That's why it's so frustrating watching the movie. It sucks. It sucks so bad.
Zack is fine, but not the Yoda character. But okay, anyway, we are at 2 hour marks. So I want to thank you everyone I want to
Yep,
thank you for the 4, 5, 6 people that was actually doing this, watching this together with us. You guys are the best, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I thank Soba, who's so passionate with the whole
Thank
thing. Even though we disagree, we agree, and whatnot. Bella,
Quick plug. By the way, guys, watch Clone Wars episode 7 coming up. Watch Clone Wars. It will change your life. Seriously, watch Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
I love Clone Wars, man.
Yeah, I
Clone
love
Wars
Clone Wars.
is the best ever. And episode
Where
7 is
do you guys get Clone Wars? Where do you guys?
Download, bruh.
download.
Download it.
Download.
Not torrent. I don't know. I don't know if this is
I
like.
downloaded on torrent.
I don't use torrent.
I downloaded on
Soba tak nak mengaku torrent.
I click torrent somehow. Okay. Talking about torrent, not me.
Yeah, I use torrent.
Boom.
So yeah, I think it's good that we plug stuff. So Sobe plugged his love for Clone Wars. If you guys have anything to plug, go and plug it yourself. Belon, thank you very much. You want to say anything to say?
I think the lightsaber battles.
Like
So
better
dia
saber pula.
Jangan tu.
Bodoh. Benda kau relax.
kan? Lightsaber battles are way better in the
Prequel.
prequels rather than you know,
Okay.
Yep.
they're way much better.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Kylo
again,
and Rey
thank you very
wouldn't
much
last a second against Obi-Wan or Anakin.
right, thank you very much for being with us here. And Stalker, anything you wanna have your final say, whether you wanna plug your own YouTube channel ke apa ke?
Just everybody just watch Mandalorian final episode so that we can discuss on WhatsApp.
I'm on
I wish-
6th episode. I have more.
I wish we can do a Star Wars podcast or
The
anything.
final
podcast.
episode isn't that because there's a major spoiler that Blood just
Shut up,
revealed
you!
the chat.
Baju, I have a
Baju
a
didn't
lot of
see.
things to talk about also about the Mandalorian. So I wish we can do it again.
We
And
will
like-
do it soon.
Oh tak kau, you have to watch the final episode. Gila, the final
I'll be
part of the
watching
final
it
episode.
In the next few days, I'll be watching it because I'm already in episode.
But then if you watch Clone Wars, the whole Clone Wars, then maybe you understand more about the final episode later on.
Really? Okay, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So okay, thank to Stalker. I'll be watching the Mandalorian probably tomorrow. All the balance 3 episode that I have to watch, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
continue with Watchmen.
Watchmen,
Watch
finish
pun tak habis lagi otak kau. Oh my god.
Ya
Seriously.
Allah, I was in Philippines the whole time. I don't want to watch it on the TV there. You know what? I have a 55-inch TV in that place with HDR, but the grab is so different than whatever that I have at home. Kan? So I cakap tu bloody hell. Punya line memang tak nak tengok movie apa dah kat situ. So that's why I balik baru I nak tengok semua. So and I want to thank siapa tu Highway. Daman siapa?
Daman Rebel.
Oh, Rebel. Okay, I want to say thank Highway. I want to thank Rebel and also Ninja Blood for being with us since the beginning. And then I think we have Alex somewhere along the way, and also Sophia somewhere along the way. And then after that, probably he meluat dengan Sobe, then they stop. Yang she meluat dengan Sobe.
No. That's not Alex. That's Kevin, my friend. Kevin.
Oh, your friend Kevin. Okay, your friend Kevin. So yeah, so I want to thank every single one of it, and so we're gonna use this channel again, probably for Mandalorian, and then probably for
Watchmen.
for Watchmen, probably, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
and one day, Sobe, we need to see your face. And there's no point hiding our face anymore in today's world. Seriously, there's no point, right? Because I was thinking of maybe I should Google my name, and I said, shit, they can easily find my face, they can easily find my photos and whatnot. So there really is no reason anymore.
Right. They can't find my face. It's fine.
Yeah, so there really is no reason actually. There really is no reason. So I want to also plug my blog, right? But you need .wordpress.com, and I also want to plug Mr. Dyson group. So if you guys are really into movies, if you guys are really into Destiny, if you guys are really into what else do we play? Games or PlayStation 4. you guys can join us and get your friends to join. Yeah. So easy to find baju, guys. All right. So thank you very much. It's been a blast. Right. It's been a blast. So let's do it again. We can add more people next time if you think that we want to add more people. Yeah. Cool. So
Alright.
thank you, everyone.
Alright.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. And broadcast.